Welcome back to the channel. It's Gaming News Weekly. I don't know how the hell I'm late to my own motherfucking show, but it's Gaming News Weekly, bro. Make sure to like button, subscribe. We here. It's Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know how many of y'all gonna be watching the Super Bowl. I'm not. I ain't watched the Super Bowl in a long time. I'm gonna be gaming, definitely. And we got plenty of shit to talk about in gaming because this week has been wild. Last week was wild, and I missed Gaming News Weekly. I did stream though. I streamed Sekiro. That shit was kind of fun. It was crazy. I think I got a lot done. I'm getting better. I got my Avion water with me, so you know I'm ready to talk. And Gaming News Weekly, so much shit has been going on. Xbox is announcing more multi-platform stuff. We know that's been going on. More of it has been announced. News about Avowed. That shit's good. There's also some bad with that PlayStation Network was down for like a day. What the fuck happened to PlayStation? We think they got hacked because some funny shit was like discovered. Why the hacks was going on? But yeah, it's so much to talk about. We gonna get right in this shit. We gonna start. We gonna start with Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's one of those games. Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of those games that like I got the first game. The second game just came out. It is doing phenomenally well. And not a lot of people are talking about this. But Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of the only games to come out that is like not only different mechanically, but is different in like visual quality. And it's one of those fucking games, and it's because it's using CryEngine. And it's showing, like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is showing why CryEngine is still the best gaming engine. Best visual gaming engine at that. Because everything looks fucking good in Kingdom Come Deliverance. Everything looks good in Kingdom Come Deliverance. It might play like it's a weird ass game. If you play it, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a weird ass game. I'm not even gonna fake it, but it's supposed to be like that. And CryEngine looks so fucking good in the hands of Warhorse. I was talking about this in a while ago. I was playing Jade Empire. I think I uploaded the video. I probably uploaded the video, and I was talking about like the new faces of like RPGs, and Warhorse is definitely making a case of being in the front of RPGs, like the face of RPGs, and CryEngine looks so fucking good on them. And it's like, damn, you see all these Unreal Engine users. I don't think I've ever been a fan of Unreal Engine as an engine, except when like Mass Effect was using it. Because Mass Effect was using it. When Mass Effect went to fucking Frostbite, it ran like shit. When BioWare went to Frostbite, and all BioWare's flops have been on Frostbite. Just put that in perspective. All of their flops have been on Frostbite. From, well, I guess it started with Inquisition. Inquisition ran like shit. It was a great game. It sold up plenty. Is remembered as a one of the gems of his time. We ran like shit. We all know Inquisition ran like shit. And then Andromeda came. It ran like shit. Anthem came. It didn't run like shit. It ran amazing, but it didn't have no content. When they finally got the game to not run like shit, it didn't have content. Maybe because they had to work so long to get the game to not run like shit. Anthem loads like a bitch, though. It takes forever to load in fucking Anthem. And you feel that shit. And that's the Frostbite engine. And then you come to Veilguard, which it looks amazing. Frostbite always looks so fucking good. It still loads like a fucking, like a sloth on meth. It's bad. It loads so fucking slow. And all those games were Frostbite games. Now Mass Effect, the next one, is coming back, is going back to Unreal. And it's probably gonna be a banger. It's Mass Effect, bro. Mass Effect usually doesn't miss. Even Andromeda wasn't horrible. It just ran like shit because of Frostbite's engine. Because of the Frostbite engine. But Crytek is on the other side. Developers always complain about how hard it was to use. It wasn't technically, like, available. So they couldn't learn it fast enough. And since they couldn't learn it fast, they couldn't develop in it fast enough. And nobody was there to help them because nobody was using CryEngine. So now that CryEngine has got a development team that has put their passion and their craft into learning and mastering it, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 looks amazing in CryEngine. And it makes me feel like more developers should put more time and effort into an engine. Because Kingdom Come Deliverance is using CryEngine, yes, but they're using like a version of CryEngine that they've built for themselves. It's kind of how Bethesda does a thing. He said PSN niggas getting bodied. See, PSN being down for so long is sad. Because look, my friends that was in the chat, I didn't know PSN was down because I don't have a PlayStation. I wouldn't have knew. But my friends didn't have PlayStations. And they was like, bro, PSN is down. They can't play shit. And I'm like, damn, bro, go play a single player game. But most of their single player games, they couldn't play them bitches either. And I'm like, oh, that's the downfall of digital media, bro. Digital media is gonna die when motherfuckers just start hacking every fucking server around. And PSN getting hacked like that, cause part of me feels like it was just an issue that went wrong at PlayStation. And then another part, you see some reports on the internet, you don't know if they're true or not. But people were saying that the hackers that hacked PlayStation Network was sending niggas a version of Concord. They were sending niggas Concord. And I'm like, there's no fucking way that niggas hack PSN and start sending all the PlayStation users Concord. You said y'all trying to play Marcel, but two guys are on PlayStation? Damn. Damn. My homeboy was trying to play motherfucking, they was trying to play Monster Hunter. Because Monster Hunter Beta just came out. I was playing it on live stream yesterday, and PSN was down. They couldn't fucking play Monster Hunter. Oh, that shit was so sad. It was also kind of funny, but that shit was so sad. But yeah, why the fuck was the hacker sending people Concord? Like the servers are down. Nobody can play. But for some reason, motherfuckers was turning their PlayStations on, and they had Concord in their library. And it's like, what the fuck is Concord doing here? People were saying like, oh, the hackers are sending motherfuckers Concord as they were fucking up PlayStation Network. And I'm like, that shit has to be a joke. I don't know what joke, but PlayStation also just fired a whole lot of people. They just fired a whole lot of people. So like, if they were just getting revenge, they're like, oh, fuck PlayStation, and start sending motherfuckers Concord as a message, it's kind of funny. But it's also kind of bad because all those gamers, PlayStation got a lot of motherfucking games. PS4 niggas, PSP niggas, people that still using PSPs anyway, PS5 niggas, PS5 Pro niggas, none of they else could play the game. All them niggas that bought a PS5, like a PS Portal, they sitting there with this PS Portal in their hand, and they can't do shit with it. Why? Because it has to connect to a PlayStation to use it. That shit was scuffed, bro. It was so scuffed. I'm like, PlayStation, bro, you just showed the whole world why the way PlayStation does things is broken. That's just bad and broken. See, I don't know if Xbox would have that same problem. Like, if all Xbox servers went down, would it be as bad as all of PlayStation servers going down? It might be. It might be, unless like you have like a PC alternative and you can still play your Xbox games over there. But PlayStation, you need a PlayStation to play PlayStation games. Most of them anyway. And if you don't have that, And they were trying to force that shit on PC users. Think about that, bro. PlayStation was trying to force PSN on PC users. And imagine those PC users trying to log in to PSN to play a fucking PlayStation games on PC. You said people were complaining about Sony blocking the 60 FPS Bloodborne mod. But I don't understand falling protecting user data. So why do you think they were gonna? Oh, bro, yeah, they did just DMCA that man. But like he made that shit so long ago. There's like PlayStation now out of all time. Cause didn't he make that shit like 6 years ago? Like that Bloodborne mod was so old that it's like now you want to pull the fucking plug on it. And I think that's why people were upset. It's not that Sony took it down. If Sony blocked that bitch when it came out, because protecting user data was the reason they did it. Why would they wait 6 fucking years when he had motherfuckers downloading this mod for so long? But he could have been the one that hacked PlayStation Network. He's like, hey, fuck y'all niggas. Like, y'all want to DMCA me? Hack the whole thing. Send motherfuckers Concord. Hey, it sounds like it's adding up. It really sounds like that shit's adding up. But PlayStation could have easily just got that guy. Wait, PlayStation allowed him to mod Bloodborne to be 60 frames per second? And then 6 years later, they like, we don't need that no more. Is it because he made it public? See, I don't know much about that story. I didn't look into it too much. You said he just never got permission? Oh, so he asked them, they just never responded, so he did it anyway? Wasn't interested in the mod itself. Sony took down a Bloodborne mod. Receive. Oh, look, I just looked this up. And it says they took down the website because they had the Bloodborne name on there. Hold on. Let me pull up this article real quick. Because he said on his Discord, they took down his website because it had Bloodborne on there. Which they like it violated the trademark because they couldn't take down the patch technically, like legally. So if he puts this Bloodborne code back up and call it something different, Sony wouldn't be able to take it down. So they only was able to take down his website because he used the name Bloodborne. Which is a weird ass thing. They DMCA'd a whole website because he just used the word Bloodborne. Because PlayStation trademarked Bloodborne. Sony be doing them. I mean, they're number one in gaming, bro. What can we do? But they get the full support of the gaming industry when they do shit like that. But they only took it down because because the website had Bloodborne on it. So if he put that motherfucker back up, what can PlayStation actually do? I don't think they can do anything. But they did take that motherfucker down. And now motherfuckers think Bloodborne is gonna get remastered because Sony's attacking motherfuckers on the internet for talking about Bloodborne. And it's like, no. They want motherfuckers to stop talking about Bloodborne. I think that's what it is. PlayStation want motherfuckers to get Bloodborne out of their mind because they not gonna do anything with it. I don't know why they didn't have Bluepoint do nothing with it. Y'all had them do Demon Souls. Demon Souls looked amazing. It ran slightly better. They changed some shit that fans didn't like, but that didn't stop people from playing it. But it didn't sell well, so they're like, okay, the Souls-like genre is dead. And then Elden Ring comes out and shits on every fucking PlayStation game that year. And they're like, okay, bro. When Miyazaki does it, people love that shit. But when Sony and Bluepoint does it, nobody cares. And I think that's what Sony is at an impasse on. Because when Miyazaki made Elden Ring, motherfuckers tuned in for that. But when they made when they made that Demon Souls remake, nobody cared, bro. Nobody cared about Demon Souls remake. You said all PS5 exclusives didn't sell crazy? Yeah, but like, Demon Souls was a launch title for PS5. And it sold like 1 million units. So you're telling me Demon Souls and motherfucking Astrobot both sold 1 million units. All these PS5s out here, bro. Remember, PS5s were flying off the shelves at launch. But then Elden Ring comes out. And you see the amount of PS5 owners that bought Elden Ring. And you know Sony's sitting there with the craziest frustration. The exact frustration that they got right now when they're looking at their charts and they're seeing none of their games are in the top 15 of their charts. PlayStation is not in the top 15 of their own charts. Yeah, PlayStation is still trying to hold on to that pride. But you also have your games costing $300 million. PlayStation, like, what the fuck are you doing? Nintendo games don't cost that much. That's why they can make them bitches exclusive and it doesn't hurt them. It empowers them. Why? Because they're not using photorealistic graphics and telemetry and fucking mocap studios and high-class actors. They're not fucking doing that. They're making games still. PlayStation, on the other hand, gonna go over here and make all these goddamn interactive movies, call them bitches games, charge people money, and then keep remaking them bitches. Why? Because they can't fund another one yet. They can't risk another one coming out and then not making fucking $700 million, $1 billion at launch because they can't afford that shit. That is what PlayStation has done to themselves. Microsoft, they understood. Like, okay, these games are going to cost money, bro. A lot of fucking money. So what do Xbox do? They go and buy developers. Not so all of them can work on one fucking game. They have to spend $1 million to make that bitch and then ship it out. No, it's so they could get smaller studios to make smaller games that people enjoy and they can sell them bitches. That's why Hi-Fi and Grounded and Pentiment, that's why all those games still exist. Because those games gonna fund Gears of War. They're gonna fund Halo. They're gonna fund Forza. Those are the games that's gonna fund that shit. You said you think it's safe to say that AAA games hit a marketing ceiling? No, because we won't know what happens until after GTA 6 comes out. Because GTA 6 will be the marketing ceiling for AAA games. Because if GTA 6 comes out and it does phenomenal, like if it comes out and it just thrashes the competition in every way possible, then we would know where the ceiling for AAA gaming is. But as of right now, Bloodborne is the apex of AAA gaming. And that shit was $60. Not Bloodborne. Elden Ring, my bad. You said GTA 6 is an outlier though? No, it's not an outlier. Because it's a part of this system. The way GTA 5 was, the way GTA 4 was, this is never an outlier. They're the goalpost. GTA has always been the goalpost. GTA's animation, GTA's character models, GTA's world building, their AI programs, they've always been the goalpost. Game developers want to be as advanced as GTA. We're gonna see how advanced GTA is and where developers can measure up against. Because right now, developers aren't doing anything different than what they were already doing the last generation. They're charging more money though. So is $70 actually worth anything this generation? Fuck no. But we'll see what the fuck GTA does. Because if GTA could come out and make a masterpiece of a game at $70, then people will have something to measure these games against. Because right now, Elden Ring is a $60 game and it's still better than everything that's came out. So GTA will be the goalpost. It has to be the goalpost. Because if GTA 6 doesn't meet the expectations of the next generation, that means gaming hasn't progressed. You said what game is average baseline this gen? See, the like average baseline game for me, you said that would be Assassin's Creed? No, because Assassin's Creed has been through so much. Assassin's Creed looks amazing. Like Assassin's Creed Shadows looks so fucking good. But this generation, I think like an average good game would be like Dragon's Dogma 2. Dragon's Dogma 2 is like an average good game, like AAA game. Was it worth $70 to the fans? Yes. Because it was definitely a really good game. Could it have been a way better game? Definitely, of course. Dragon Age of Veilguard is another one of those. Like, it's an average good game. Like, those are like the average good games because they ran well, they looked good, they played good, and they were fun. But they weren't exceptional at anything. They didn't do anything exceptionally well, but they were just good fucking games. Like, you go and play those games, have a good time, you get your money's worth, you go play something else. Then exceptional games come along. But GTA is gonna be that goalpost. What is exceptional? If GTA 6 is exceptional, that will be the standard then. And then all these other game companies will have to meet that. Because right now, they're just doing the bare minimum. Why? Because EA and 2K were getting the bare minimum out of the game development teams and still charging upward cost. And every other game developer saw that shit. Yeah. Dragon's Dogma 2 is an average game. I played the fuck out of Dragon's Dogma 2. I played the fuck out of Dragon Age of Veilguard. Those are like average games. Those are games that used to be exceptional back then. Because Dragon's Dogma 1, Dark Arisen, that shit was apex. That shit was apex level gaming back in the day. But now it's an average game. Because so many other games can produce that same quality of game. And not be anything, bro. Dragon Age of Veilguard is another one. Because Dragon Age Inquisition was apex of gaming 10 years ago. But then Veilguard comes out, and it's an average-ass game. It is literally an average-ass game. The Dragon Age name isn't going to carry Veilguard. It's an average-ass game. Dragon Age is an average-ass game now. So those two games this generation are what the average looks like, because both of those games kind of hit exactly the same way. One was more successful than the other one, but like the averages are coming out, and those games are definitely average. But then you have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is doing some exceptional shit. It's not a fucking peak game, but it's definitely above the average games, which was Dragon Age of Veilguard and Dragon's Dogma 2. It is above those games for sure. But it's not at like Elden Ring level of exceptional success. It's not going to reach that. GTA 6 is going to be the game that shows what people can amount to. What can game developers actually amount to? GTA 6 will have to be the ones to show that. Or Elden Ring will still be the staple. Will still be the staple. And then you have games like Baldur's Gate 3. Like, Baldur's Gate 3 is an average-ass game. But the media made it out to be a goddamn masterpiece. And then gamers played it. And I think that's the thing that happens. Like, when the gamers find an exceptional game, it's definitely exceptional. Why you think Elden Ring did so good for so long, the DLC did so good for so long, And then the spin-off game that's coming this year is probably gonna do the same thing. But then Baldur's Gate 3 got pushed on everybody because they didn't want Bethesda and Starfield to be in the forefront of RPGing. So they pushed Baldur's Gate 3 in the front, even though it was badly broken. Parts of the game didn't fucking work. They were still fixing shit on every platform. It was delayed on one because they couldn't develop right. And then fast forward to now, Tom, they finished the game and it's not any better than when it started. But they finished it. This is not broken anymore. They've even added the shit that should have been there at launch. They added that by now. But it didn't make it a better game. So that means that game came out average. Years later, it's finished and that shit is still average. People remember it because what the critics said it was. They gave them up for like a 90-something on Metacritic, even though it was broken. Even though it didn't fucking run. But that's how the media treat games. I don't think the gamers treat Baldur's Gate 3 as much as the media does. I don't think gamers glaze Baldur's Gate 3 that much because the ones that play Baldur's Gate 3 understand, okay, it was a good time. It was a good time, but that was it. But you look at Baldur's Gate 3 media, bro. Look at the covers for Larian Studios. The glaze is crazy. And it's like, I don't think you talk to a gamer about this game. I don't think they've talked to a gamer about this game. So yeah, that's like that's kind of how I'm seeing it. But they push Larian into the face of the game. So Larian's next game will have to be exceptional. Because if they fall off after one game, it's going to be a problem for a whole lot of gamers that look at the gaming media. Because there's no way y'all put them up to be the best of the best and then they fall off the next game. Because the IP wasn't there. Because Baldur's Gate's name wasn't there. We'll have to see. But now Warhorse is like the face of RPGs and they're not even talking about it. How's the gaming media not talking about Kingdom Come Deliverance and how good it looks and runs on CryEngine when everybody else is using Unreal? They're not showing Warhorse as the top RPG developer right now. We still got to see what Obsidian does with Avowed. Avowed is getting some good PR. It's running at 60 on console. That's good. I'm playing the game on the 13th, but we haven't heard anything about Avowed. Not from the gaming media, maybe because it's an Xbox game. And, you know, Xbox always gets shunned by the media. So it's one of those things. It could be. But I'm not expecting Avowed to be an exceptional game anyway. I'm expecting it to be at least on par with Dragon's Dogma 2. With Starfield. With Dragon Age the Veilguard. And those are average games. Average games aren't bad. But I'm expected to be at least as good as those games. Because those games aren't trash. In no metric are they trash. Because there's been trash games. There's been actual trash games. And then there's been average games. That people call trash because they're not exceptional. But that's just how the online critics see gaming at this moment. But yeah, we have to see what GTA 6 does. Because if it actually meets any expectations, it's gonna be a big deal. But if those prices, like there's people talking about that shit gonna cost $100 standard, and I'm like, there's no fucking way. You said most games are good, not exceptional. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting around to. But Cyrus asked me like, what is an average game to me this generation? And that's all I would tell him. Like Dragon's Dogma 2, Dragon Age of Veilguard, like those are average games. Those are average games. You play them, have a good old time. You go play something else. Elden Ring was an exceptional game. That's why it reached so many people. It got so many heights. But there hasn't been another one of those. The critics acted like Baldur's Gate 3 was an exceptional game. No, the fuck it wasn't. They lied to a lot of people, but that's what the gaming media does. They spin a narrative. And now you look back and you're like, damn, Baldur's Gate 3 wasn't that fucking good. When you put it in perspective, you look at the Metacritic score and you think like, damn, Baldur's Gate was not that fucking good, bro. But yeah, now everybody think a game has to be like 10 out of 10 or is trash. And that's been the problem this generation. Because like you see like Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 was definitely the most overhyped game this generation. Because when you look on it, when you like all the gamers that played Baldur's Gate 3, they be like, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is a good game. But when you see the critics talk about Baldur's Gate 3, it is at the top of the mountain. The best RPG ever crafted. But they're like, yeah, but half the game was broken, wasn't it? You said, do I like Sekiro? Oh, I like Sekiro a lot. Yeah, you said it's good, but people act like it's a revolutionary game. Yeah, it's because Larian Studios needed to be the front of gaming. They just needed to put somebody else in that spot. Elden Ring is the far better game, bro. And look, that is what I'm saying at this moment right now. Elden Ring is the best game this generation, and it was $60. It wasn't a $70 game. So every game for $70 is not better than Elden Ring at 60. That means GTA 6 is their last hope and to show people what a $70 game could be. Because if Miyazaki made Elden Ring and it was a $60 game, and no $70 game could be standing next to Elden Ring in any fucking room, we have a problem. Because a $60 game is still the best game this generation. You said GTA, it better be $70 because if it's anything more, we're going to have a real problem on our hands. You said between Cyberpunk 2077 and Elden Ring for Game of the Generation. See, I can't. I enjoyed the fuck out of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not going to act like I didn't. But Cyberpunk was a broken ass game when it came out. It was a badly broken game when it came out. Once they fixed it all, they added the DLC content. Lovely. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing experience. It's something unique. It's different. It's fun. But I can't put that shit next to Elden Ring, bro. CD Projekt shit the bed when they launched Cyberpunk 2077. You said GTA never grabbed you? See, I like GTA from like GTA like Vice City, San Andreas, GTA 4, GTA 5. I enjoyed GTA because how what do you call it? How like damn, what is the word I'm looking for? Because GTA is ever evolving. Every GTA iteration is another like masterpiece of technology. Like it's more of a showcase of what tech can do now than it is like a game that you play and enjoy. Oh, I mean, see, when you put it like that, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, CD Projekt Red and Cyberpunk 2077 is an amazing game. But yeah, like if you throw away the launch of that game, there's not many other games that can match Cyberpunk 2077. Elden Ring would be the only other game that good. But we have to take that into account because Elden Ring didn't have that problem. Yeah, but Red Dead was last generation. Like Red Dead Redemption 2 was last generation. Like we're talking about like this gen games. This generation of games, those are the only two. You say you respect GTA and Rockstar, but GTA just isn't for you. I mean, yeah, they GTA like Rockstar just puts on masterclass work, and I think their work ethic is what I like the most about their game franchises. Because I'm not playing GTA 5 right now. I played GTA 5 when it came out. That shit was good. It was great. It was fun. I had a good time. But I'm not one of those niggas that go around like, oh shit, I gotta play GTA. You said God of War Ragnarok current. I mean, God of War Ragnarok is current, but God of War Ragnarok was God of War 2018 again, which was a last gen game. It played exactly like God of War 2018. They didn't advance anything. No tech got advanced. No graphics got advanced. It was the same exact game. The rest of the story, and we can't just pass that on as yep. That's the next thing for $70. Come on now. You said Rockstar consistently drops great games. You can't think of a single one of their games that wasn't. I mean, Yeah, I don't think they have any lows. I mean, like they have like little small spin-offs in between games that might have. You said God of War Ragnarok should not be in there. You said it's still a great story game though. I mean, yeah, like we're not just talking about average story games though. Like game of the generation, like the game that should define what an exceptional game is. God of War Ragnarok isn't close. Like Kratos could have a good story. Him and Atreus they going through stopping Ragnarok. That's lovely and all, but like it's not an exceptional game. It doesn't have a breakout moment in that game at all. Yeah, Elden Ring is just it's just the game that showed the pinnacle. Like everything Miyazaki has worked his whole career doing culminated inside Elden Ring. All of it culminated inside Elden Ring, and that shit was definitely every Souls-like fan's dream, and it came true with Elden Ring, bro. But if you don't like Souls-like games, I understand why that's not one of those games that you would feel like should be there. And Cyberpunk is another great case because Cyberpunk is one of the greatest RPGs to be created in a long ass time. And all the detail and shit that goes into Night City. When I played through Cyberpunk 2077, niggas was V in Night City, bro. I didn't care about shit. It was V in Night City. You said for you, Ragnarok is goated. You said what's the best Assassin's Creed game? See, I'm an old gamer, bro. Assassin's Creed for me, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the best Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood is the best Assassin's Creed game. You said Odyssey? Odyssey was a really good game. I have Odyssey. I never finished it because it's a big ass game, bro. It's so I'm not see look, my time and my time and shit is valuable. And Odyssey has so much shit to do, bro, that I'm like, I'm not about to no. I'm never gonna finish Odyssey. And I have all the DLCs, bro. There's like 50 fucking DLCs. I'm not gonna finish Odyssey. I know I'm never gonna get to the DLC. And I've just come to terms with that. I've come to terms with it. But Assassin's Creed isn't a bad game because they got bigger. I just enjoyed the smaller Assassin's Creed. The more personal, like, Assassin's Creed. You said the new Assassin's Creed game you play, Odyssey and Valhalla are the best. I mean, yeah, I understand that. Because, like, old Assassin's Creed, like, if you go play an old Assassin's Creed, it doesn't translate. Old Assassin's Creed feel like shit to, like, new players. And that's why I understand why Ubisoft made the change. But as an old gamer playing new Assassin's Creed, I think the bitches got too big too fast. Yeah, like if they chopped 40 hours off of Assassin's Creed game, I think I would play it. And I think that's why a lot of old players enjoyed what's the small one called? They made damn, what was that Assassin's Creed game called? Where it's like one of the DLC characters or some shit, they gave him a game. Mirage. Yeah, like that's why Mirage clicked with a whole lot of older gamers. Because they did. They cut like 40 hours off of that shit. Yeah, it's Mirage, bro. Mirage wasn't trash. It just was a new Assassin's Creed. They did cut 40 hours off of that bitch, though. They did get that nigga some broken-ass abilities. I didn't know how the fuck is this nigga assassinating 4 niggas at once? He was just, the assassin powers got so outrageous. You said, did I finish Sekiro? Not yet. I be playing so many games, bro. When you look at my channel, I'm playing like 20,000 games at one time. I think I'm gonna play Sekiro after stream. Like after Gaming News Weekly is over, I'm gonna go play Sekiro for sure. Because I just got done playing Monster Hunter. Because I was playing that on live stream yesterday. You say you looking forward to Shadow? Yeah, bro, I be playing games, bro. I play so many types of games. And see, I have a problem. Because there's so many motherfucking games to play. And then fucking Avowed comes out in like 4 days. Like the early access Avowed. So like, because you get 5 days early access to come out on the 18th. Early access is the 13th. So I'm going to be playing Avowed on the 13th. For sure, I'm playing Avowed. But I have so many fucking games started right now. I'm playing motherfucking SMT5. I'm playing motherfucking Sekiro. I'm playing so many games right now, making so much content. I do want to make a Valve content. I don't know how though, because it's one of those open world games. I'm not really good at making content on open world games. Unless like I just like capture a point in time in which I'm playing. That's why I make a lot of update videos and not a lot of like playthroughs. Because like I don't really know how the fuck to capture all that shit. I'm gonna have to edit all that shit out. You say you beat Sekiro 6 times across Xbox and PC. I mean, I just need to beat Sekiro at least once. I might have to beat that bitch twice just to understand. You say I'm a very underrated streamer slash YouTuber. Thank you. Thank you. I like the mentality. But yeah, I just come on here and make some content, share some gaming, do some gaming news. Cause I be seeing content creators that be like, they be doing the most outrageous shit, and I'm like, what are they doing, bro? Thanks. I'm just being genuine, playing games, talking about games, having a good time. I think that's what streaming should be more about. I don't know what the hell be going on. You be seeing like Twitch streamers in the fucking media, outrageous shit be going on. I'm like, how? Y'all make all this money and all y'all do is fuck up. You say it's actually a fairly short game once you go through and know how combat works. You can run through and play it in a day. You talking about Sekiro? I mean, yeah, I just gotta get better at parrying big ass niggas, bro. I think that's what it is. I need to get my parry game right. I can do that shit. I just gotta get the chops in me because I'm playing it on PC, so I know it's not the latency. I know it's not the latency. That means it's me. It's a skill issue. That's how I know if it's me or not. Because when I play games on Xbox, it could be latency. I play them up in the cloud sometimes. I play it on Xbox as native. But then when I boot that motherfucker up on PC and I'm really playing games, I know if it's a skill issue because I'm like, nah, nigga, because I can't blame my PC system. That's one thing I can't blame because this motherfucker is running. I can never blame my PC system. So when I go to PC and play a game, it's a goddamn skill issue. That's when I could tell myself you're fucking garbage. You said Nine Souls. Have I seen that before? Is that the one with the fox? It's the one with the fox. It is the one with the fox. I have not played this yet though. I think he's a fox. What type of game is it? I know it's like a 2D side scroller, but like, is it an action game? So it's gonna be like what is it called? It's gonna be like Silk Song, which I played that. I played Hollow Knight. I used to play Hollow Knight back in the day. I got kind of good at it. It's a mix between Sekiro Combat and Metrovania. Damn, that sound kind of hard. I'm gonna definitely have to try that game out. You said it's on Game Pass. I'm gonna definitely have to try it out. See if I'm good. See if I can feel it. Cause sometimes I'll be trash, bro, and I'll be like, yeah, I ain't got the time to dedicate into getting better. You said should you play Hollow Knight? You got lost and dropped it. See, Hollow Knight is one of those games that like you will get fucking lost, but it's not your fault. Hollow Knight is just kind of built like that. Hollow Knight is a fire game though. Hollow Knight is built, you kind of get lost because like the verticality of the game and the map. Once you find the map guy and you actually get a map, he draws it out. He gives you the map, and then you can see where the fuck you're going. It gets better, but you always have to find the map guy. And I think that's one part of Hollow Knight that a lot of people don't like. Cause once you get lost somewhere, and there's like major fights, and your ass lost. Now you gotta figure out how the fuck to get back there, or to find the map guy, and then having to go all the way back to the surface to level up. It's kind of tough. You having to backtrack a whole lot in Hollow Knight, and that could turn a lot of people off. But that's kind of why people don't like Souls games, especially like the earlier ones. Because when you play like Dark Souls 1 and 2, oh yeah, Ori. Ori was hella good, bro. See, I don't know why Microsoft themselves didn't invest more into the studio that made Ori. I know they were kind of fucking up on the back end. And Microsoft was like, yeah, we're gonna cut ties with y'all instead of like trying to solve those problems together. But Ori was a really good game. I didn't play the second one though. Cause I forget what I was playing when that one came out initially. Cause Ori. It came out in 2020. Ori Will of the Wisp came out in 2020? What the fuck? Well, I thought that game was older. Ori's only 4 years old. Well, 5 years old now. What in the hell? Oh, which wasn't possible with Microsoft at the time. He's in talks with Microsoft about another project, probably Ori 3. I didn't realize Ori 2 was 5 years ago. Like, I thought that motherfucker was because it came out right before the Series X and S came out. I thought Ori was older than that. I don't know why the hell I thought Ori was older than that. But yeah, No Rest for the Wicked looks so good. Like right now, I don't understand what the hell is going on. You say you eating dinner? All right, bro. We still should be live for a little bit because I mean the Super Bowl starts at what 5, 6? You said the first game came out in 2016, 2017. Yeah, then the next one came out in 2020. I thought it went further back. I thought the first game came out in like 2015 and the second one came out in 2018. I thought that was the timeline of Ori. I don't know why the hell I thought that was the timeline of Ori. Cause I thought it was like Xbox One generation is when Ori was like, yeah. Cause I thought Ori came out when Xbox was like doing nothing, like tanking. I thought that's when Ori came out because it was like a masterpiece of a game at the time on Xbox, but nobody was there to really play it. That's why I thought it was older, but it was like in like the newer generation of Xbox. How the fuck is that motherfucker not multi-platform? Like they need to put that motherfucker on PlayStation. We need to talk about that too, because there's been a whole lot of rumors online. I don't know if all of them are true, but like Forza Horizon 5 is going to PlayStation. Uh, what is it called? Age of Empires is going to PlayStation, and I'm like, those games definitely need to go on PlayStation. You said it came out in 2015. You just checked. I mean, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I thought they were older. Because yeah, around that time, because Phil took over in what 2014, 2015. That's when a Quantum Break came out. And yeah, I thought Ori was the same around the same time as Quantum Break. Because Quantum Break is around that same time. Because that's when they did the old open PC thing. Okay, yeah. I just didn't realize Will o' the Wisp was in 2020 though. That shit was actually only 5 years ago. Man, that has changed that changed my whole perspective. Cause I thought Ori was just an older game now. That shit's 5 years ago. So No Rest for the Wicked should be almost done. I know it's about to come out. It was in early access for like a year or so. But yeah, what the fuck are they gonna do with the Quantum Break IP? I kind of need Microsoft to do something with Quantum Break, bro. I don't care if they release that motherfucker on PlayStation, if they reboot that hoe. You said Moon is another studio Xbox should have picked up. See, Xbox has so many teams, especially like during the Xbox One generation, and that you think about it, and he's like, why the fuck didn't y'all hire them? Because when they was with Crytek and they made Rise Son of Rome, y'all let that team walk away. When y'all had Insomniac and they made fucking Sunset Overdrive, y'all let that team walk away. When y'all had Moon Studios and they made Ori, they let that team walk away. And I'm like, Microsoft, buddy, are y'all actually trying to do something or not? Even when Remedy was out here, bro, just searching for a place to get funding to make games. Microsoft was like, okay, we can pick y'all up for a little bit. They made Quantum Break. That shit hit. And then they let them motherfuckers walk away. It's so crazy the fact that Xbox has put so many studios over the top. Because Microsoft got all this fucking money. Of course they could put studios over the top. Even when Platinum was doing that shit. Even though they kind of fucked themselves over when they spent the Microsoft money on Nier Automata. They probably shouldn't have did that. But they were making fucking Scalebound. And Platinum, they didn't even pick up Platinum, bro. Platinum still needs a home to this day. Platinum is looking for a home. It's glad Xbox is reaching out to them with Team Ninja. They're making the new Ninja Gaiden game. I think that's a good look. That's a good look for Xbox, for Platinum. Because they can finally find some reconciliation through all that nonsense. You said Remedy needs... Yeah, that's what and Xbox had that chance. Xbox had so many chances with so many great studios, and they did so good by them studios too. BioWare way back in the day. Microsoft, you got 3 bangers from BioWare. A 4th one was on the way, and you said, EA, you can have them. What the fuck? Who are you people? Bro, I'd be so upset. And in hindsight, when I think about it, I'm like, there was no reason they shouldn't have put the money down. There was no reason they shouldn't have put the money down. Because they had a chance, nigga. You said they should have picked up Remedy in the 360 era. They definitely should have. Because Alan Wake was an Xbox thing. It's so wild, nigga. They also fumbled Respawn. And I swear, Xbox has fumbled so many great developers. And then those developers went on to make amazing things. But then the fall off is crazy because the people that bought them have caused so much suffering, bro. And I can't say Xbox is like immune to that because we saw what happened with Lionhead. You said Max Payne is associated with Xbox? Yeah. Because I played Max Payne on an Xbox back in the day when I had a PlayStation. Like when I was a PS2 kid. When I played Max Payne, it was on an Xbox, like an OG. I didn't know it was on PlayStation because I thought it was an Xbox game. But yeah, Xbox fumbled so many studios. And then they wonder, and I'm like, I understand Lionhead kind of got complacent. They start fucking off. But they could have probably fixed it. Oh no, BioWare would definitely be in a better light if they stayed with Xbox. Because they made some of their best fucking work with Xbox, bro. Some of BioWare's best work came from Xbox. And then Xbox just let their ass leave. It doesn't, oh my goodness, bro. I've been a fan of BioWare a long time. They even had, bro, nigga. They even had Obsidian. Think about this. Microsoft had like 3 chances to buy Obsidian. They finally did it. And they haven't regretted it. But they had Obsidian back in fucking 2002. Obsidian was there. They made KOTOR 2. It was a banger. Microsoft let their ass go. You said Microsoft fell victim to PlayStation doing right now, being overly dependent on third parties. Yeah, that's kind of how it is. Like outsourcing has become so profitable that some people kind of live and die by that shit. But Microsoft need, I mean, they have their in-house stuff now. They have in-house publishing. They have in-house studios. They have in-house programs like Game Pass and cloud gaming. So they kind of don't need to outsource content. They don't really have to outsource content anymore. But they can outsource where the money comes from. They can still branch out third party with their IPs to make more money to bring back in house. That makes sense. PlayStation on the other side, they're outsourcing everything, bro. Their cloud is outsourced. Their content is outsourced. It's bad. It's so bad, and now they don't have anything. Bro, if they picked them three up back in the day, I don't like where would Microsoft would be a completely different. I don't think they would probably be the face of gaming. Because what if Respawn would have still made Titanfall? Because they made Titanfall for Xbox. Titanfall was an Xbox game. I still think the Xbox One era would have went the same versus PlayStation. I think Xbox still would have lost the Xbox One generation. Because the online only thing is what kind of like the Connect and the online only thing is what murdered Xbox in the beginning. The DRM, the online only, the Connect system being $100 more than the PS4, and it was like the PS4 was like 10% more powerful or some bullshit like that. Like there was a whole lot of bad narratives that caught Xbox and cut their ass off at the knees. I think all those things would have still happened to Xbox, even though they had those great studios. I think that the impact of how Xbox fell off wouldn't have been as big because they had those studios putting shit on. But I think Xbox would have still lost the PS4 Xbox One generation. You said Destiny was supposed to be an Xbox game, but Phil turned it down. See, I kind of understand the turning down the Destiny thing because Destiny 1 was a weird, like it was a weird experimental project, and the only person that would take that risk was Activision at the time. That's why Activision was the one to pick that shit up, and then they partnered with PlayStation because nobody else was gonna put forth the money because Destiny seemed like a weird game, and it still is a weird game to this day. You said releasing, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like over time, like because we got all that news. Remember, we got all this news about Xbox the month before the games launched. Before PlayStation and Xbox launched their consoles, we got all this bad news about Xbox. The PR role from the media was crazy because nobody liked Don Matrix. Nobody really liked him. He was doing so well that nobody liked him. And when he said, like, "Oh, you don't like online only, just buy 360," it hurt. So they made gamers revolt against Xbox. The gaming media made sure the gamers revolted against Xbox, and that was still gonna happen. But the studios being there to make content for Xbox would have slimmed down the margins though. The margin wouldn't have been that wide between Xbox and PlayStation if they had better studios. You said after 2017, Xbox had nothing for years. You said up until 2016, it was keeping pace with PlayStation 4. I don't think that was. I don't think that was the case. Because 2017. Yeah, because we got Gears 5. We got. What the fuck did Xbox release? I don't think they did. I think you're right. Well, no, Gears 5 was like 2018, wasn't it? Because we got Quantum Break. We got. Gears 5 was 2019. Okay, so it came a year after that. Yeah, 2 to 1 probably didn't start until 2018. Because 2018 PlayStation was Insomniac got bought by PlayStation. I think that was the turning point in which Xbox had no return. I think you're right about that. But up until that point, I still don't think Xbox was competing better in America for sure. I think the Japanese market was cooked. And I think the European market was cooked. But I think the US market was competitive until 2018. I think it was competitive until 2018. I think Microsoft lost in the US in 2018. Because Gears did come a year later. But like Quantum Break and shit, 2015, those were great fucking games. But if Xbox did have better studios at the time, because Lionhead definitely fell through. So Lionhead fell through, Scalebound fell through. So all the games that they had planned for Xbox, they all collapsed. Them motherfuckers were gone. You said Xbox been giving exclusives to PC since 2014? I mean 2015. 2015 when Xbox made the first Xbox and PC game, because that was Quantum Break. You said the PS3, also the 360 2 to 1 in Europe. You said the PC stuff probably cost them 10 to 15%. See, I do think that was the case, but on the flip side, because since I mean, I couldn't say I was on the inside. I was inside adjacent to like what Microsoft were doing, but like during all this shit was going on, they were trying to find another avenue because they were tanking. It was tanking so bad. Phil came in there, instantly start changing shit, bro. He like, get these motherfuckers out of there, get them motherfuckers out of there. Platinum fucked up, they got them the fuck out of there. So a lot of shit got canceled. Phil canned a whole lot of things. He canned a whole lot of things. He opened the thing up to PC 2015. Quantum Break came out, the first Xbox and PC release game. And Game Pass was created. You said when they moved Ross on around the PC in 2014, they were 6 to 8 years in front of Sony. I mean, yeah, because they just needed to sell the software. You said they also the PlayStation 3 like 20 million. Yeah, because like the US population, I swear the 360 was the most popular shit in the US. But I know in other countries PlayStation was still dominating. That's why PlayStation 3 sold so well. But Microsoft won that console war to the American people for sure because they were the face of gaming in the US. When motherfuckers had a PS3, everybody had a 360 that I knew. But then like my cousin had a PS3. Why the fuck you got a PS3, nigga? We can't play games together. But I would go over there and play like God of War. We play like random shit. But I mean, they would come play my 360. Nigga, we was on everything. We was on Call of Duty, Battlefield. Nigga, we was on everything. But 360 was just a place to be. And I think that press conference E3 revealing that the consoles, that press conference did a whole lot of damage. But like the people that were upgrading from 360 to Xbox One were gonna do that anyway. So that's why I think the margins start to get bigger when they try to capture new gamers. You say you do think what Xbox is doing is probably for the future of the industry. I mean, it definitely is, especially when like the tariff situation. I made a video on that. We're like they think the tariffs is going to like raise the price of all the hardware coming into the country, and software is going to be fine. I'm like, the only ones that are just making money solely off software for sure is Microsoft and Xbox. PlayStation needs to sell their hardware. Nintendo needs to sell their hardware. And if they not selling hardware, they're not going to make money. So if they're making $300 million exclusive games that they need hardware to sell to, PlayStation is going to tank. Nintendo games don't cost that much. They're not $300 million to make. So them on the other, their flip side, they're probably going to be fine. But PlayStation trying to fund $300 million games and try to sell it to hardware of like upwards of $1,000. Niggas gonna be paying $1,000 for a PS6. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? Because I don't know too many gamers is gonna be paying that price. Not after all this shit going on with PS5. You said imagine if Kendrick pop out with a Pac hologram today. Oh, the fucking Super Bowl halftime show. He better not. He better not, because I mean it's gonna look kind of, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of strange if Kendrick pop out with a Pac hologram. Like, you were complaining that Drake helped the Tupac estate by buying this nigga's ring for $1 million. The Tupac estate selling Tupac's ring means the Tupac estate was needing of money. They were in a need of money, and Drake bought that motherfucker from them for premium price. And Kendrick got upset because Drake bought it. Why none of those West Coast niggas bought that fucking ring, Kendrick? It was only $1 million. Y'all niggas ain't got $1 million to blow on a Tupac ring, but y'all respect that nigga so much on the West? No, Drake bought that ring and they got upset. Why ain't y'all get a Tupac estate no money then? So fuck it all. He better not pop out with no fucking Tupac hologram. That nigga don't respect Pac for real. He just using that shit as a scapegoat to hate that nigga Drake some more. All that goddamn money over there on the West Coast and nobody could fuck with the Tupac estate? Nobody could have... Y'all couldn't have bought that fucking ring and put it in a museum in the West Coast or some shit? Hell nah, bro. Drake bought that motherfucker from them. Gave them the money they were asking for. And they got mad at the light-skinned nigga. You say he a New York nigga anyways. But the West Coast love that nigga. He put on for them. They respect him more than anybody, they say. Nah, I knew they were faking that shit from the beginning. The whole rap beef, the whole Kendrick and Drake's beef. I don't think. See, when I look back on them and their diss tracks, you could tell that nigga Drake did not think rap beef was a serious thing. Like if you go listen to Drake's diss tracks, I don't think that nigga Drake understood what he was getting into, because nobody cared about his rap beefs before. When he had beefs with people in the past, nobody cared. Nobody cared about people dissing Drake and Drake dissing them back. It was good, cool breeze. But all of a sudden, this nigga Kendrick dissing Drake and Drake thinking like, okay, it's going to be the same thing. So let me just go into the studio, make a couple of songs. Let's diss each other, and then we get back to normal. Because that's what he did to Meek Mill. That's what he did with fucking Pusha T. That's what he did. Who the fuck did he have beef with before them? He had beef with somebody else before that. And like, nobody cared. I think it was like Chris Brown or some shit maybe. I don't remember. But like, every time Drake got into some music beef, the beef was so casual that nobody cared. Win or lose, Drake winning or losing a beef, it didn't matter to nobody. But this Kendrick beef, Kendrick was like, nah, nigga. Yeah, it was common. You said, man, Drake going outside. It's because that nigga really didn't understand. I think Drake really didn't understand what he was getting into. Because rap beef was it was so fucking casual back then. And Kendrick, like, yeah, he take that shit so serious. That's why he wanted to ruin this nigga career. Drake wasn't trying to ruin Kendrick's career. He was making fun of that nigga for being short, for still having a boss. Kendrick still had to go talk to people about making music. Like he was just nitpicking at Kendrick's career, his hypocritical viewpoints. Drake he wasn't trying to ruin a nigga career with diss tracks. But that nigga Kendrick was going at this nigga's whole life, his whole family. Yeah, Drake was casually just dissing him like anybody would make fun of anybody. That's how Drake was dissing him. That's how, like, when he was saying, like, he was really, really trying to keep it PG. Drake was really PG in that shit. He didn't understand that rap beef is real serious. But then all of a sudden his house is getting shot at. This nigga Kendrick is having the whole world call this nigga a pedophile. He really didn't understand. He's like, what the fuck? This isn't rap beef. He's like, this isn't rap beef. This is slander. And I think that's why Drake is acting the way he is. You say you can't play games with everybody. But see, Drake is that nigga light skinned, bro. Every rap nigga that he had beef with, they drop a couple diss tracks. Drake win or lose, because Drake lost against Pusha T, nobody cared. Nobody gave a fuck he lost to Pusha T. He won against Meek Mill, nobody cared. Not really. He dropped back-to-back. That shit banged out. He stopped playing back-to-back when him and Nicki broke up. Fine. Nobody really cared. But his rap beef against Kendrick made that shit so serious, nigga. Like, it's life or death. And Drake is, like, after the beef, Drake is like, wait, nigga, you really cared? I don't think Drake really cared to beef with him. I don't think he thought rap beef was real beef. And Kendrick, on the other hand, is like, no, nigga, this is real beef. Yeah, like when Common cooked him, nobody cared, bro. That's why Drake is he's on the receiving end of something he didn't know actually existed. Because all his other rap beefs, nobody cared about. Because he's Drake. So this Kendrick rap beef definitely changed his viewpoint of the world. Because rap is a job to him. He goes to work and he raps, nigga. He goes to get co-workers. He's like, hey, you're a rapper. You want to make a song with me? Kendrick is not that type of nigga. You said Drake was the first one to bring family into it? Yeah, because your best friend is leaving heart eyes on your girlfriend's fucking page. Nigga, this nigga Kendrick made a whole album about him cheating on his girlfriend. You think you're not going to make fun of that? When Kendrick raps about being a pure nigga. But you're cheating on your fucking girlfriend. You've been engaged for 10 years. You ain't married yet. Those are jokes. Those are active jokes. This nigga Kendrick start talking to this nigga mom and dad and son and a figurative daughter that doesn't exist. That's fucking weird, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you say you bring family in at first. Yeah, because Kendrick makes music about his family, nigga. He made music about him cheating on his girl. For how long? We don't know. You make fun of that because you rap like you're a better nigga than normal niggas. But then you're cheating on your girl that you've been engaged to for 10 years. Kendrick, bro, you're a hypocrite. That's what he was talking about. That's what he was talking. He like, your girl might be cheating on you too because you cheating on her. Those are valid things to pick at. Those are valid things to pick at. But he's thinking this nigga Kendrick gonna pick back the same way. He think he's gonna come back with the same energy. No. This nigga Kendrick's like, I'm ruining your whole life, your whole career, your family's whole career. Like, nobody's gonna survive this Drake shit. That's exactly how Kendrick came back. And that's why Drake is so confused. He's like, wait, nigga, we were just making catchy music to hate each other. Like, for work purposes, nigga. He thinking this shit is promotional. No. Kendrick took that shit to the grave, bro. And I think that's why Drake is reacting the way he is. Because all his time in music, nobody has taken that shit past rap. Kendrick definitely did. And he's like, this is not how rap beef's supposed to be. But that is how rap beef is, bro. When Nas was going at it, when Eminem was going at it, like, niggas really take that shit serious. And people didn't no more. Rap wasn't a serious, like, bar for bar. There wasn't anger in rap for a long time. And Drake has been on top the whole time. There was no anger in rap. And then Kendrick was like, oh, fuck that shit. Nigga, we angry. Nigga, we're violent. And Drake got into some shit he's never been into. And him losing the way he did, I was like, damn, Drake, like, this wasn't how it's supposed to go. But he did lose. That, like, I mean, A minor, nigga. Oh my goodness, bro. The song is so good. Why did it win 5 Grammys? I don't know. The song isn't that fucking good to win 5 Grammys. Come on now. If it wasn't about Drake, that song wouldn't win 5 Grammys. And I stand on that for sure. If it wasn't about Drake, that song doesn't win 5 Grammys. You said blame Ack, he was fan of the Flames. I mean, that's Ack's job. They were making, remember, Drake is an entertainer, bro. He's an actor, an entertainer, a performer. So he, like, promotional content, he's making promotional content, bro. That's exactly what he was doing. Because he treats that shit like his job. Rapping is his job, bro. Kendrick treat that shit like this is his life. He treat that shit like it's his life, bro. And Drake didn't, they don't see rap the same way. And since they didn't see rap the same way, because you see the way Metro and Future was dissing Drake versus the way Kendrick was dissing Drake. And that's why Metro and Future stopped dissing Drake. Why? Because they was doing that shit promotionally. They were doing that shit for the money. And Kendrick came in there and started doing that shit for real life, bro. He started actively trying to hurt this nigga Drake in real life. And they like, Kendrick, whoa, nigga, this is about money and music, nigga. We're not trying to destroy the rap game because of it. And Kendrick destroyed the rap game, destroying Drake. Now what we got to listen to, bro? GNX? That's all we got to listen. All we got is GNX now, nigga. We ain't got no music. Niggas, nobody's making music now, bro. Rap got so boring. Why? Because Kendrick brought real life in that shit. Niggas out here making money, making music, everybody having a good time. They can not like each other, but they gonna make good music. This is work. Kendrick's like, nah, nigga, this is life. And in life, we fight, nigga. And I think that he kind of ruined music. Kendrick really ruined music, bro. Nobody about to enjoy the halftime show with fucking Kendrick Lamar. I mean, Kendrick fans maybe, but like, nigga, I listen to music casually, bro. I listen to a lot of artists. I don't listen to Kendrick. He's not one of them. And that's why J. Cole backed out, because he's like, wait, this nigga Kendrick is for real. Because remember, when J. Cole dissed Kendrick, what was he saying? He was saying promotional diss shit. Like, oh, nigga, your catalog is like 3 albums in 12 years or some shit like that. He was talking about promotional shit. He was promoting his album. The Fall Off, when he was rap dissing Kendrick. And then he saw, like, hold on, this nigga Kendrick might actually be for real. I'm sorry, Kendrick. I didn't know you were actually wanting to beef. It's all making sense now. Everybody was dissing promotionally. And then Kendrick got, like, he took that shit to heart, bro. And now Rick Ross is not making music. They were all making music during the diss season, bro. Future's not making music. I ain't heard that nigga say shit since Metro and him had to cancel their fucking tour. All those songs with him and Drake and Metro, he can't play none of them bitches no more, bro. All that money that he had is out the window. Nigga, What a Time to Be Alive is in the trash for this nigga Future, bro. He can't make money on that shit. Kendrick has destroyed everybody's career by deleting that nigga Drake. And the only one that benefited from that was Kendrick. The whole rap game is cooked. You see Young Thug got out. He want to make music with Future and Drake again. No, that shit's cooked. Kendrick cooked it. You can call that nigga Future right now. I bet he want to make a song with Drake. But he can't now. Why? Because he helped Kendrick diss that nigga Drake in the most vicious way possible. And nobody can repair that shit. And I'm like, damn, nigga, music really fell off because this nigga Kendrick just wanted to win. Like, he could have won, but I think if it was only promotional shit, Drake would have won that beef. And Kendrick didn't want to lose. Because they were just making promotional diss tracks. Family Matters is a better diss track than all of them. Every one of them. Family Matters is a better song than all of them. Because I can listen to Family Matters anytime. But I don't want to listen to niggas screaming A minor and calling Drake a pedophile. That's not good music to me, bro. Like, the diss might have been good. Like, you might have cooked that nigga Drake, that's fine. But Back to Back is a better diss track. Because you can listen to Back to Back and not just be doing that shit out of hate. I mean, he said a lot of lies, but he definitely wanted to damage that nigga's image more than anything. It wasn't about rap for him because he would have just made music to make all this money. No. Because that's what all the other diss niggas was doing. They were making music back to back. You listening to their songs, they getting millions of fucking streams. They're making all this money, and then the beef just goes away. Everybody gets go back to making music. Remember, Back to Back came out. It was charting for like a year, bro. That shit was hitting off. And then Drake and fucking Meek Mill made a song together, bro. After the diss. After they had beef, bro. They made music together again. Drake made promotional diss music. He made so many people's careers wake the fuck up with diss music. Because people like a good beef. It's not, niggas like a good beef, bro. That's one thing he understands. Motherfuckers love conflict. Conflict loves company. So they do a little conflict thing. So this nigga Drake and this nigga Future was gonna beef. It was great. They were gonna have a great beef. Metro was gonna go on tour. They were gonna make so much money. Drake was gonna go on tour, make so much motherfucking money. They were gonna be friends again by the end of it. And then this nigga Kung Fu Kenny pulled up. It was like, nah, nigga, we beefing for real. Oh my gosh. Why ruin it, Kung Fu Kenny? But I mean, he did. And now we got a Super Bowl with Kendrick. Yeah, he made up a random girl that's supposed to die. I don't know where he got that information from. But like, if you're saying like an aborted baby, nigga, how many bitches did you make take a plan B when you were cheating on your girl, Kendrick? Like, it's so many things that I don't understand how Kendrick can stand there acting like he has the moral high ground in that rap beef. He had the moral high ground, nigga. And he was, nigga, Kendrick, you're just as fucked up as this nigga Drake. He didn't need proof because it's rap beef. And that's what niggas take that shit to heart. They're like, he don't gotta prove nothing. That's why Drake only said shit that was actually, you just look that shit up real quick. You said most of that stuff was true? Are you sure? You say he didn't like it when you put the Jesus crown on his head? That was Kendrick, bro. He won. He had the whole motherfucking Compton in there, nigga. He had DeMar DeRozan, the face of the Toronto Raptors in that bitch. Now and that nigga a bum in Sacramento, like it's damn. It's kind of wild, bro. Not much of what he said about Drake has been proven. So how much proof is there going to be? Nobody knows for real. People talk about a concert that Drake did when he was like 20. 17-year-old came up there and it's like, man's flattering a fan, bro. In hindsight, I mean, yeah, you could look back and be like, you probably shouldn't have did that. But in context, you said fact is that Drake was weirdo when it came to women and minors. But when? Because people were talking about like, oh, he's friends with Millie Bobby Brown, and it's like you can't be friends with it. Oh my goodness, bro, he's a fan of Stranger Things. He talked to Millie Bobby Brown. Oh, that nigga's a predator. What? Anita Max Ween? Y'all forget that? People always talk about how zesty this nigga Drake is, and then all of a sudden he's a predator. When that nigga want to get mani petties with a actress and talk about what they yeah, when he was like fucking 22. Yes, we all seen that, and everybody can have they 2025 goggles on, looking at fucking 2014 and say like, oh, that nigga Drake was weird. But like, how do you accidentally pull out a fucking minor at a show? Like, it's not on purpose. He pulled this girl out the crowd, and any girl in that crowd wanted to be the girl on that stage. It just so happened that that bitch was a minor, and like, yeah, as Drake, he could have threw that bitch off the stage. Like, oh, you're 17? Your dad brought you here? Get the fuck off of my stage. What does that do to his marketability, bro? What does that do to his personal image? He was making R&B music at that time, too. And it's like, do you really just throw this bitch off the stage? In hindsight, you could say, like, oh, he should have definitely threw that bitch off the stage. But at the time, Drake is an up-and-coming artist, bro. He's grinding his way to the top. What does he do? He flatter his fucking fan base. Was it the right call? Probably not. She was 17. He's like 20 fucking 3. But at the fucking time, every bitch in the world wanted to be that girl on stage. And that's what Drake wanted. He didn't want the fucking child. If she was 22, it would have been better. You say he didn't have to say those things. You say he was flattering the fuck out of a girl. He was flattering. Like, you can say that in 2025 you were saying it, but you remember how long ago that shit was. Nobody was saying that back then. We all were alive. We all knew that happened. But now, since Kendrick called it weird, now it's weird. In 2025 goggles, yes, it's weird. But at the time, nobody was calling it weird back then. Why? Because every bitch in the fucking world wanted to be that girl on that stage. And that's how Drake got to where he was today. That doesn't make him a fucking predator. He just knew his target audience. Women, his target audience, made him a whole lot of money. He could have threw her ass off the stage and looked like an asshole, bro. You say morality is morality? Yeah, you can say that now, but you weren't saying that when Drake did that shit fucking 15 years ago. Nobody was saying that shit 15 years ago is what I'm saying. So if morality is morality, 15 years ago, people should have called that nigga Drake weird. But y'all let that nigga ride on top of the fucking league for 15 years, and now all of a sudden, since Kung Fu Kenny say it's weird now. That is what I'm saying, bro. That is what I'm saying. If morality is morality, they should have said that shit 15 years ago. Drake wouldn't have been in this predicament. But no, since she was of consenting age, her parents were there. He just flattered a bitch on. It's not like he said, like, okay, come back to my trailer after the show. He didn't say no weird shit like that. That nigga was definitely flattering a fucking fan. Should he have done it? No. But for marketability's sake, he did. And it worked. Now he's getting called a predator for it. And everybody point back to that one scenario. Drake didn't do that again. He never did that shit again. And it's so crazy that he never did it again because he knew I shouldn't be doing that shit. But he's a predator because he did it one time on stage. And it's like, damn, bro. He knew, damn, why the fuck did she have to be a child? Well, she technically wasn't a child, but still. She had to be underage, bro. Out of every girl he could have pulled out of that crowd, the one he pulled out underage. And he's like, fuck. Cooked. You're going to cook yourself in 15 years. He should have said that in the mirror. Like 15 years from now, you're going to be cooked for this exact moment. But no other moments exist after that. And it's like, damn. But Drake's weird for that one moment 15 years ago. That nigga's weird forever. And it's like, damn, bro. Damn. That nigga had to learn. His young career, he had to learn. But now the lesson is being taught. You're a weirdo, Drake, forever. He never did that shit ever again. That's like them trying to blame Travis Scott for a child dying at his Astro World concert. Like a kid got trampled at an Astro World concert. And they tried to blame Travis Scott for that shit. Like, no, blame that dumbass's parents for bringing him to a Travis Scott concert. How you bring a child to a concert and he gets trampled because it's Astro World? It's big as fuck, a whole festival. And they gonna try to blame Travis Scott. No. Blame those fucking parents, bro. How the fuck y'all let y'all kid get trampled at a concert? Don't blame no Travis Scott for that shit. He didn't tell you to bring your fucking kids to the goddamn concert. But yeah, hopefully the halftime show goes good. I won't be watching it because I didn't. The Green Bay Packers not in the Super Bowl, bro. I'm not watching this shit. We got the goddamn Eagles and the goddamn Kansas City Chiefs in there. That shit's gonna be trash. Who do y'all think gonna win though? Like, what's the odds? What's the odds looking like on like the Chiefs three-peat? You said you was there with the Drake concert or the Astroworld concert? I think it was the Astroworld concert. I mean, yeah, everybody knows now. That's what I was getting at, Cool Breeze. Kendrick ruined music for everybody because you could beef with Drake and it can excel your career. You can put on a song with Drake and it'll boost your career too. No matter what you did on alongside this nigga Aubrey Graham, you were gonna make money. And that's what the industry liked about Drake. You made so much money with Drake or against Drake, it didn't matter what side you chose. And then after you chose a side, you can choose the other side. And then Kendrick came in and ruined that shit. He ruined that shit. Quickly, he dismantled Drake and everybody that stands next to Drake. He tried to discredit all of fucking Atlanta. He definitely ruined music because nobody's making music now. Nobody's making music now. I don't know what the fuck Future and Metro is doing, bro. That shit's kind of cooked. You saw Lil Baby drop an album. Nobody listened to that motherfucker. It was kind of garbage. They hoping that Drake comes back to Atlanta to help these niggas out the trenches again. Like, you got female rappers making music. They're making some good music together. Glorilla, Sexy Red, and them. They making music. But like everybody that was making music with Drake and shit, they kind of fell back, bro. They kind of fell to the wayside. It got so bad that fucking LaMelo, like LiAngelo Ball, is banging out right now, bro. LaMelo Ball. I mean LiAngelo Ball. This nigga Jello dropped fucking Tweakers, nigga, and that shit went the fuck off. Imagine, if people were still making music, Tweakers wouldn't be doing that good right now. But the fact that nobody's making music, nigga, that Tweakers is actually going off. That Wayne put a feature on that bitch yesterday. What the hell is going on? You said burning tattoos and snatching chains, and Drake is irrelevant. No, Drake's not gonna be irrelevant. Like he's torn right now in Australia or some shit. He's still gonna make music and money in every country. What is his United States tour gonna look like? We don't know. But he's a worldwide nigga. He's gonna make some money somewhere, just like Kanye ass is still making money somewhere. But yeah, Kendrick definitely took that shit way serious than anybody Drake has ever interacted with. Because Drake thought it was another PR campaign. And he's like, okay, PR campaign it is. Let's make some music. Just go look at listen to the sound of their diss tracks. And you understand that this nigga Drake was not in a serious beef with Kendrick. Like, they wasn't in the same type of beef. And Kendrick definitely took advantage of this shit. Because he heard it. He's like, yep, that nigga Drake doesn't think I'm serious, but I'm definitely am. And I'm about to mutilate this nigga. And I think J. Cole is the only one that actually noticed that this nigga Kendrick wasn't playing. He noticed that nigga Kendrick is not a PR campaign. Because J. Cole was doing it for PR. Drake was doing it for PR. Metro and Future was doing it for PR. This nigga Kendrick was doing that shit for the fun of it, bro. For the fun. He just like, bro, I just love to hate this nigga, bro. I don't have to tell everybody. And that's exactly what he did. And he got 5 Grammys for that shit. Then they got 5 Grammys for that shit. A Super Bowl fucking halftime show. And every other artist during that situation has done nothing with their music career since. And I'm like, damn, music is over, bro. Because now PR campaigns are cooked. Kendrick is not about to let that shit fly. And now he's the face of rap. Nobody else is going to be making music, bro. Hopefully Kendrick can pull some other West Coast niggas out the dirt. Like Drake was doing. But other than that, I don't know, nigga. We really don't know what the fuck Kendrick's gonna do being the face of rap. He's probably just gonna go away again. And then Drake is just gonna come back. You know, Kendrick guys don't make music for everyday people. So he's not about to be dropping singles every week. You know, getting his music thing popping. You know, the spring is coming up. Summer's gonna be here. Kendrick's not that type of nigga. So somebody else gotta take his space. But he's not one to share. You heard him. It's just Big Me, nigga. Standing 4'5". But yeah, that's kind of where music is right now, and it's kind of sad. I still got G Herbo to listen to. I ain't worried. I'll listen to Herb. That nigga still dropping good music. That's all I need. But just like rap in general, that shit's dead, bro. Jello's the biggest thing in rap right now. How the fuck is that? Tweakers, nigga? I might swear, be in that corner. Well, god damn, nigga. You said everybody who hates him use him for clout. Yeah, and I think that was the case. Like Drake was doing so well. That's why you could beef with Drake and it won't ruin your career because Drake is not about to try to ruin you as an artist. You're gonna make your money off Drake. Drake gonna make some money, talk about you, and y'all gonna go about y'all day. It was the best for everybody. It was the best for business all around. That nigga Kendrick wasn't going for that shit. You said GNX and Dan was probably his closest. You said ASAP Rocky never dropping? Did he actually get convicted? Is that nigga going to jail forever? I haven't heard anything about that since they said he was going to court because he didn't want to take a plea deal. And he's like, oh, I'm going to trial. Did he lose? All right, let's go to ASAP. What the hell are you doing, ASAP? I don't think he's going to jail yet. I think his trial is still going on. You said do have more delays in Cyberpunk 2077? You said you waiting for Tory Lanez? Ah, that nigga Tory Lanez in jail, bro. Look, all the artists are underground, bro. We just gotta find new artists because Kendrick destroyed the music industry. He don't want nobody to have fun no more, bro. He want everybody to be in here slaving away with a pen and pad. He like, nah, nigga, you can't go ask your cohorts for motherfucking assistance. Just sit at the table and write music until your ass fall asleep, and then wake up and write music again. You said if Tory took a deal, he'd be out. I mean, yeah, but Tory didn't want to motherfucking paint himself as a goddamn criminal. But now he is a criminal. Whether he did it or not, they proved that nigga guilty. He's in jail. But I see the case is so what you call it? So like blurry that like it's one of those things that like that nigga definitely got cooked. Because I don't think they could actually prove that nigga did anything. But since he couldn't prove that he didn't do it, they cooked his ass. And I think, damn, you're cooked. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck, nigga. See, I'm about to watch the Super Bowl halftime show to really see how it goes. Hopefully it's good. But I mean, I don't listen to Kendrick's music, so it's not for me to say. There's a tutorial on how to use Discord. Why y'all just give me that shit? How the hell did How Infinity just send me a random tutorial on how to use Discord? I don't know how to use fucking Discord, bro. Bro, did y'all see all the fucking NBA trades? The NBA really just shook everything the fuck up. So now motherfuckers are watching NBA now. Because I gotta start watching NBA after all them trades that went through. And the ones that didn't, I know the Connect trade got like reversed because old dude failed a physical or some shit. The Lakers got fucking Luka Doncic, nigga. Austin Reeves dropped 45. I'm like, JJ Redick really just made they ass a crazy squad. LeBron James is still dropping 40 at 40. What the fuck is going on the Lakers side? And I'm a Clippers fan, bro. My Clippers shit right there. I can't put it on because the Lakers are getting better. AD got injured in his first game as a Maverick. He was actually dominant. AD with the Mavericks is the AD that they kept asking him to be with the Lakers. I seen the video of that nigga AD cooking up in his Mavericks jersey for the first time. And I'm like, AD, the Lakers wanted you to be that nigga and you said no. Like, what was AD actually doing, bro? He was cooking up in that Mavericks jersey. He was showing like, I'm still that nigga. And it's like, we knew you were good. We just wanted you to be good on the Lakers. And he wasn't. I mean, he was sometimes. He sometimes wanted to be good. And then he like strained his groin a little bit in the Mavericks. But I don't think he's going to be injured. Not for that long. I think he did like pull his groin a little bit. But I think he'll be fine. I don't think it's going to keep him sidelined for too long. Hopefully it doesn't. Because we really don't know about that nigga Anthony Davis. But the Clippers didn't get better. And that's my problem. Nigga, this whole trade deadline. You say you unsubscribe because I'm a Clippers fan? I mean, I've been a Clippers fan since I was like this big, bro. I can't stop being a Clippers fan. Even though we keep doing the dumbest shit possible. Nigga, we traded away Terrence Mann. Our young niggas. We traded away so many of our young niggas. Nicholas Batum is still on the team, bro. Batum ass is still on the Clippers bench. Why is his old ass still there? You trade away our young stars. Kawhi doesn't have kneecaps. This nigga can't play basketball. His knees don't work. They picked up this nigga Ben Simmons, who back don't work. This nigga don't play basketball. What are we doing, Clippers? The Lakers just got Luka. The Lakers just, oh my god. The Lakers got Luka and we got fucking Ben Simmons. You know how pissed I was when I seen that shit? I'ma need a fucking wheelchair being a Clippers fan, bro. Because the whole Clippers starting lineup is gonna be niggas in wheelchairs. And fucking James Harden. I mean, I guess we still got Zubac, bro. But since when they traded for Paul George, I knew the Clippers was going on the dark side, bro. I knew this was the alternate timeline. The Clippers so fucking dumb. They traded for Paul George. Cooked. We've been cooked since that Paul George trade. And it's not getting better, bro. We got fucking Kawhi. That nigga don't got no knees, bro. He don't got no knees. He can't play basketball. Fuck. And then Ty Lue, he just think Ben Simmons is not going to play for you, bro. You not going to inspire this nigga Ben Simmons to stop streaming Call of Duty on Twitch and actually play basketball. He got like at least $90 million off of niggas. And he been playing Call of Duty on Twitch the whole fucking time. I wonder if that nigga's live right now. Hold on, I'm about to go to Twitch real quick to see if this nigga Ben Simmons is playing the game. I gotta go to twitch.tv. Let's see if this nigga Ben Simmons is streaming right now. What the fuck is Ben Simmons' profile called again? forget what the fuck Ben Simmons stream like Twitch account is called. I wonder if this is him. Oh, this is fucking Ben Simmons. He not live right now. This nigga playing fucking Warzone. Come on now, bro. How the fuck are you? You said no heart. Wait, who the hell is? No, they don't have one. Somebody's no fear. Who is that? No, Simmons the Savage. What's his schedule looking like? I don't think he's streaming no more. No, that one didn't pop up. It must be gone. What if he disactivated that hoe? What if he don't stream no more? Cause this is definitely Ben Simmons. Hold on. Where's the quality at? Turn him up for. Hold on, I need to pull this up on chat. Cause I used to see this nigga live streaming, bro, and I'm like, Ben, what the fuck are you doing? You supposed to be injured right now, rehabbing for your games, and this nigga was playing Call of Duty. Hold on, pull this shit up. Look, it's that nigga Ben Simmons, bro. This is this nigga 2 years ago. Streaming Warzone. The fuck are you actually doing, Ben Simmons? This is actually superstar Ben Simmons live streaming Call of Duty. Team wiping niggas.
Try that again, buddy.
He was really good at the game. This nigga was supposed to be injured. I can't play basketball. My back is hurting. But this nigga was live streaming every day. Ben, what were you doing? And now this nigga a Clipper, bro. Get him out of here. Get him the fuck out of here, bro. I don't want to see that nigga. I don't want to see that nigga in the Clippers jersey. Unless he's dropping 30 a game and he's living up to his #1 draft pick. I don't want to see that nigga Ben Simmons. But yeah, that nigga's a Clipper now. Supposedly. I think they picked him up. Oh, it's his PlayStation Network is back. That's kind of cool. It took them for how long was PlayStation Network down? I think it was like a whole day and a half. You said at least 24 hours? That's just bad, bro. Digital media, that's the shit that's wrong with digital media. That's the shit that's wrong with digital media. And the fact that digital media is being pushed is even worse. Because, like, I got Avowed. Avowed is coming out. But Avowed has a fucking steelbook. And that steelbook is so far, bro. Look, I would buy it. You said people like acting like the world was going to end over PSN. It's because, bro, them PlayStation players, nigga, they whole life is in that PlayStation. Their whole life is in that PlayStation. They don't have shit. Why is my account being signed out? Xbox, get your shit together. Thank you. Bring that shit the fuck here. But Avowed. Where's the steelbook one? Avowed has a far ass steelbook. I'm looking for it. Oh, I just went on Amazon. Let me bring this bitch up. Cause Avowed has a like a far ass steelbook. And I'm so upset that this motherfucker exists. Because look at this steelbook, bro. This motherfucker is fire. Cause the art direction of Avowed is so good that I'm upset that this shit exists. It's only $100. It's not bad. But this motherfucker doesn't have a disc, bro. And that's the problem with digital media. That is the problem. Because there's no way. I fuck with Obsidian hard. This motherfucker comes with a physical map. Like a map of the map of the game. Of the living lands. Kind of how like Skyrim was. When it came with the whole map. My Skyrim map is over there actually. But this steelbook is fire. It come with a map. It come with some other shit. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it doesn't come with a disc. There's no fucking disc for Avowed. Microsoft, bro, get the fuck out of here. They did the same thing with Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones had a fire-ass steelbook. Had a fire-ass steelbook with no disc in it. Every steelbook I got on that fucking shelf has a disc in there. I'm not about to buy a steelbook just to have a steelbook over there. No, nigga, put a disc in that bitch. We all know discs are just keys nowadays anyway. Put a disc in that hoe. But no, they're not doing that shit. This motherfucker look good too. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy the freaking, I forget what the premium edition of the game. But there's no way you create a steelbook with no disc in it and expect me, a fan, to buy that hoe. Like, come on now, bro. What are y'all actually thinking, Microsoft? And then PSN being down, it just comes to show that the digital media push they're not ready. They're not ready. Because I think maybe when Xbox Live is down, you could play Xbox games on PC still. Maybe. That might be the case. I don't think your save is gonna be available. So I think your cloud save might be cooked. But I think you can still play Xbox games on PC if Xbox services go down. But it's only if you got a PC. If Xbox services go down and you only got an Xbox, you're cooked. And they're not even selling discs no more. How you gonna make a steelbook that far and not put a disc in it? Microsoft, bro, stop that shit. So don't produce a steelbook if you're not gonna put a disc in it, hoe. Cause it doesn't make sense to me, the person buying the product. You said gaming wise, you've been enjoying the new Atomic Heart DLC. I seen some clips of the new Atomic Heart DLC. I need to play some Atomic Heart. I seen some clips from it. Yeah, it has been looking hella good. Like Atomic Heart, that shit has been looking really fucking good. I do not have that DLC though. I've been playing so much other shit. Like SMT5. Like motherfucking Jade Empire. I went back to start playing Jade Empire, bro, and I'm like, this is where BioWare cooked. This is where BioWare cooked, but those games didn't get as much love as Dragon Age Inquisition did. You said those devs are pushing UE to the max. See, Unreal Engine is a good engine. I'm not gonna lie, but Warhorse and CryEngine looks so much better than every Unreal Engine game right now. Except maybe Senua. Senua probably looks the best in Unreal. Probably the best looking Unreal Engine game right now is Senua Sacrifice. Well, Senua Saga. But Warhorse and fucking CryEngine, that shit looks so fucking good, bro. I was surprised how good it looked. Because I'm like, damn, I kind of forget. That's why I talked about this earlier in the show. CryEngine is so fucking good. It's such an advanced engine that nobody uses because it's too hard to comprehend. But UE, there's solo developers getting amazing results out of UE. You say it's ridiculous how clean the DLC and how smooth the game runs. I mean, that's hella good. That's hella good to hear because not a lot of game devs have that amount of polish on their game. So when you see it and you get to experience it like day one at launch, this motherfucker's premium, it's polished, it's clean. It's almost like Indiana Jones. It's like, damn, bro, like a good clean ass fucking game is so rare nowadays because everything's coming with day one patches. This is broken. That's not in the game yet. And when a game comes out and it's actually pristine, come on now, bro. You put that shit on Masterpiece. Yeah, I know the dev. I know Mudfish. I played Atomic Heart. But what do they do next, bro? What do they do next? What does Mudfish do next? What the fuck? A Kingdom Hearts? What, another Kingdom Hearts spinoff? What the fuck is that? Now they're talking about fucking Dragon's Dogma 2 DLC. Then we're not getting no DLC with Dragon's Dogma 2. Like, it's a good game. It stands alone. It's fine. You said the next DLC is the last one? Yeah, I mean like the next game from Mudfish. Because what do you think they're gonna do next? I mean, they could just make Atomic Heart 2. Like, high key. They could just go out and just like, okay, Atomic Heart 2, that shit. But I think they're gonna finish the story. They're gonna finish the story and then they're gonna make something else. But I don't know what the next thing is. Cause they could have waited. They could have waited and they just made another game. I mean, just made Atomic Heart 2 the DLC for Atomic Heart 1. But they actually produced the DLC and they got the shit out the door. See, it make me kind of want to go play Atomic Heart right now. Hi, keep it. I need to play Sekiro. I need to get back in Sekiro, bro, because I got my ass beat last time I played, and I'm like, okay, okay, I got some learning to do, and then I'm gonna get back in that bitch. I need to go back in there and start formulating, strategizing, beat niggas up, get my parry timing down, cause I swear I be scuffed on parry sometimes. It's just a button combination, cause I use my pro controller when I play that shit, so I use my pro controller. It's wired in, and sometimes, bro, sometimes I hit that bitch. And my timing just be a little bit off. And I'm like, it's definitely me. It's definitely me. Because I play that shit. I play that shit heavy. But there wasn't much else going on in gaming this week, has it? PSN was down. What else went on in gaming this week? I guess EA talking that nonsense. You said Atomic Heart is like Bioshock's cousin? Yeah, and then we're getting fucking Atom Fall, which looks like Atomic Heart's child. You said your right bumper, left bumper on the Pro controllers are dead. I mean, I don't use my Pro controller too much, so I mean, it's good. It's good. It's fine. I got other controllers to use if I break that hoe. I got a couple custom controllers that is like in the box. But yeah, my Elite Series 2. When the fuck is Elite Series 3 coming out, Microsoft, bro? Like, they really hoeing out here. I swear Microsoft was really hoeing when it comes to like the Elite Series 3 controller. Cause why the hell is y'all taking so long to make another Elite controller? Not like I'm trying to spend fucking $400 on the controller, but I mean, Nigga, get another one out the door, bro. We've been looking for another Elite controller for a while. Series 2 is still amazing. I think that's why they're still riding on it. But come on now, that Elite Series 3 needs to pop out and show niggas. Certified Boogeyman. I'm the one to up the skull with him. But yeah, and then what is the other game that's like BioShock adjacent? Coming from Clockwork Revolution is gonna be another BioShock adjacent game. Which that shit looks fire. Can't wait to see more of that. Cause I enjoyed the fuck out of BioShock. Yeah, I played the fuck out of BioShock. BioShock 1, BioShock Infinite. I didn't play BioShock 2. So I might have to play BioShock 2. I played BioShock 1. I played Infinite. Hadn't played 2. I own 2. I couldn't play it. Freaking Patrick Mahomes. That nigga out of shape as hell. He's not even a good quarterback. That nigga just win, bro. That nigga be winning. But yeah, EA has been fucking up as of late, as of recent. I mean, they've been fucking up for a while. They do good with Hazelight. They've been promoting Hazelight heavy as hell because Hazelight is like their little child over there. Like, okay, they pamper the fuck out of Hazelight. Everybody else gets shit on. But Hazelight has been getting treated pretty well over there at EA. But EA would have their earnings call and they start talking nonsense, bro. They were talking like, oh, BioWare should have had fucking live service elements in Dragon Age of Veilguard, and it would have reached more players. Are you fucking stupid, EA? Dragon Age just needed more niggas dying. More blood and destruction. That's what it needed. For me, anyway. A lot of people didn't want gender politics in their games. Which, it wasn't much in there, but the shit that was in there, they didn't like it. That shit shouldn't have been there. Should have had more bad bitches in the game. But, I mean... Who's to say? Who's to say what the game actually needed? EA CEO is a fucking idiot saying it needed live service elements. I wanted to punch that nigga when I heard that shit. I was like, are you fucking stupid? Have you played Dragon Age the Veilguard? It was a good like game. But it was just a good game. They wanted it to be an exceptional game, but it was a good game. And then they think live service elements was going to make it exceptional. You fucking dumbass. That shit, and to make matters worse, they're live servicing the fuck out of Battlefield. Which I think Battlefield should have stayed on its cycle. I think Battlefield should have stayed exactly the same. But for some reason, they're taking the Call of Duty route. They got 4 teams working on Battlefield simultaneously. And I'm like, y'all are fucking Battlefield up from the inside. I mean, they already ruined the Battlefield IP's name. But now, 4 teams? Y'all think y'all fucking Activision? No. Y'all can't put all y'all eggs in one fucking basket. The car racing team is working on a Battlefield game. Making story content. Get the fuck out of here. You make racing games. And your racing games aren't that fucking good, Centurion. Why the fuck are you working on Battlefield? DICE should be working on Battlefield. They can do that shit by themselves. They've been doing it by themselves through every good Battlefield game. And now y'all got all these random ass fucking teams working on Battlefield 2, teaching them how to make Battlefield. And then they're gonna run a fucking, what is it called? Like a LAN party event to have people testing Battlefield content to say if it's good or not. Battlefield is cooked, bro. And then after Battlefield, that shit's gonna flop. It's gonna flop so hard. I hope it don't, because I really want the passion of the DICE team to show in Battlefield. But the way that they speak about Battlefield now is like they've lost all passion in the title anyway. Now they just want to make what the fans want to play, and that's not how you get a game out the door, bro. You got to be artistic and creative about that shit. And DICE and them sound like they don't have that dog in them no more. Maybe they need to go back to the drawing board, make something new. But EA wants that live service money. They just care about that live service money. And it's ruining the fucking studios. It is actively ruining the studios. Not only that, they like Apex is coming into its 7th year or 8th year, something like that. So Apex is almost 10 years old. And at the 10-year mark, they want to launch Apex 2. Because Apex is falling off. And I'm like, EA, you're the reason Apex is falling off. They're literally the reason Apex is falling off. Because they keep telling them to change this, monetize this, change that, monetize that. Why the fuck do you keep making them fuck up Apex? Respawn could be making more games, but no. More Apex content that nobody fucking wants. And they said Apex is falling off. It's not making billions of dollars no more. I mean, it's still making billions. But it's not making as many billions as it was before. So they got to gear up for Apex 2. And I'm like, EA, you ruined how many studios with this live service bullshit, bro. The corporate greed is killing so many studios. And they're finding themselves at home, no job. Because corporations don't understand how to make games, bro. They really don't understand how to make games. And that is the problem right now in the gaming industry. I mean, Larian's CEO, he was talking about that. Like, the corporate games, the corporate CEOs that are ruining games, they're never going to make a good game. They're never going to win Game of the Year. That's why they handed that shit to fucking Astrobot. Because they're like, oh, corporations can't be rewarded for these games no more. Even the fucking good ones. If a corporation has backed your game, you shouldn't be winning Game of the Year. But I mean, then they gave Astrobot Game of the Year and Sony backed that shit. But other than Astrobot, because remember, Astrobot won. If a corporation, other than Sony Corp, fund your game, you shouldn't be eligible to win Game of the Year. And I think that applies to EA so fucking hard because they fucking everything up. And I really hope that Mass Effect isn't ruined by EA. I mean, it already kind of was. You said Nintendo should start giving out lessons? See, the thing with Nintendo is Nintendo isn't... Like, they aren't backed by greed. They're backed by principle. So, Nintendo wants you to play Nintendo games. Yes. But when motherfuckers start emulating Nintendo games because Nintendo don't make powerful hardware, they draw the line at that. Like, nigga, you want to play my games? I know you want to play them bitches. But at least have the decency to buy them bitches from me. I respect Nintendo for that shit. Do I think emulation is wrong? No, not really. Especially when the digital age is here and you don't really own anything. Nintendo has complete control of all the IPs. But like Nintendo, they stand 10 on principle. And they gonna make more things. And Nintendo games aren't costing $300 million. That's one thing we went over earlier in the show. That these game budgets are getting so fucking big because everybody's greedy as hell. So they need to make more money. Nintendo isn't one of those companies that are spending fucking $300-400 million on one game and trying to make that shit back on sales. No, because I don't think Zelda costs more than $20-30 million. And they definitely made that shit back on sales instantly. So all the other residual money, I think, went back into investing in more IPs, investing in the studios, and probably paying the CEOs of the company. But with all these other corporations, they are so greedy with just trying to make money all the time that they forget that they're supposed to make games that entertains and pleases the fans. And that's where Nintendo needs to start teaching motherfuckers. Like, you know, if your fans enjoy your games, they will buy them more. And EA be like, nah, that can't be the case. Because everybody's buying FIFA and Madden every year. And then 2K be like, yeah, that can't be the case because everybody's buying 2K every year. They're spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars on VC every year. Niggas spending thousands of dollars on 2K packs every year. And I'm like, they not wrong. They're not fucking wrong. And I think that is the problem. Because when Nintendo is doing so much great shit over there, when Microsoft is doing so much great shit over there, you got niggas like PlayStation selling niggas a PS5 Pro with no enhancements and remakes and remasters of games they already bought 5 years ago. You got EA over here saying live service elements is going to save your game no matter how much passion you actually put into that bitch. You got 2K over here making the same game every fucking year and making a couple $1 billion. And it's like, The greed is crazy, but I can't blame them because gamers are still giving you their fucking money. Gamers are still actively giving you their money. See, I'm not saying like, oh, just go buy Larian Studios' products because Larian Studios isn't like that. No, because I mean, if you don't fucking Baldur's Gate 3 just like I don't give them your fucking money. I bought Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't fucking like it. But at least I know the studio's putting the money to good goddamn use. Microsoft, the same thing. I buy Microsoft games. I used to only buy a couple Microsoft games because they didn't have many IPs that I fuck with. But now, I mean, nigga, they got so many games I fuck with. Nigga, Game Pass, they have all my money. They have all my money and it's going to good use. Why? Because more good games are coming out of it. More accessibility to those games are coming out of it. And I'm like, you said Gotham was just remastered for PS5? Did that game come out yet? I know they were working on a Gothic remake, but like, that's still a while away, ain't it? Yeah, it's not done yet. But yeah, they announced that the Gothic remake is coming out. I don't know when though. But the Gothic remake is definitely coming. Cause I remember watching the breakdown. It doesn't have a release date yet, but yeah, Gothic had their thing. Miniseries premiere. They did a miniseries on Friday. What the fuck? I didn't hear about that. I did not hear about that shit. Hold on. Did you watch the miniseries, Cool Breeze? What the fuck was that about? I'm gonna look it up. Oh, people are saying Sony shut down Resistance. Resistance 4 got canned. Damn, that's kind of sad. People saying Avowed has a marketing disaster. What the fuck do you mean? Zero hype? What are you talking about? See, people make videos about anything, bro. They said Avowed got no hype. Avowed has plenty of hype. Avowed just Obsidian just isn't a mainstream studio. You can't expect 20 million niggas to be hyped for Avowed when Obsidian isn't a creator that reaches 20 million gamers. That's not their job. Their job is to produce great products and us the fans to play them bitches. You don't put those type of expectations on fucking Obsidian. But they are about to make a banger of a game in Avowed. Hold on, Gothic. Yeah, because what is the essence of Gothic PS5 game? Oh, they put that shit on the PlayStation YouTube channel. I guess PlayStation re-uploaded it. So does PlayStation have a marketing deal with Gothic? Is that what you were saying? You said can't believe the director of Avowed actually said look forward to the game being a bit jank. When did he say that? When did he say that? Is it when he announced that it's gonna be 60 FPS? Obsidian, Kerry Patel, game director, confirms. And Minimax via IGN, yeah, they can get it to 60 on Series X specifically. And owners of more powerful console indeed, digital deluxe. Concerned that manages 60 FPS target on a Series X. If only because similarly structured to Starfield was like at 30 on console at launch, during about preview months ago on PC. Some pretty glaring performance issues for decent gaming rig. Overall performance is optimized to point that allows 60 FPS mode on console. Pillars of Eternity. I don't know, when the fuck did they talk about the jank though? Because Outer Worlds wasn't janky. Won't have enemy scaling. If it will have, but it will have jank. You gotta accept a little jank and do some fun and creative. Yeah, but what the fuck? No scaling has become more common in like Cyberpunk, Diablo 4, Grassfield Cows, Chuno. Oh, they said the game might still have some jank in it, some bugs in it. I think they're talking about because of how some of the enemies are, because they're talking about how most of the enemies are in the game and how some of them like they don't scale with the player. So like so some of them might do some weird ass shit because they don't have player scaling. So there might be some random ass bugs in like enemy interactions and stuff because they don't scale. So like they're still gonna be like low level enemies walking around. You're just gonna be one tapping their ass. So some weird shit might just happen in those interactions. I understand that. You gotta be transparent. Cause if you hide them bitches behind like fucking Spider-Man 2 did, and then people get your fucking game and they start falling through the floor and being trapped in fucking cars and shit. Like then the motherfuckers be outraged about the bugs. But if you come out and legit just say like, hey bro, our character designs for these enemies, since they were just making crazy shit up, some of them might just interact with you kind of jank. Some of them might just be fucked up and they just comes with the territory. And I'm like, okay, I can understand that. I can get behind Obsidian saying some shit like that. Do I want them to make a badly broken ass game? Fuck no. Obsidian doesn't miss. But if there's a bug in the game, hopefully that shit doesn't destroy shit. You say you get the transparency just caught you off guard. That's saying the game gonna be a little bit of jank. I mean, but if somebody took that out of context and that's the only part that you got, I will understand why I took you off guard. But they were literally talking about since enemies don't scale with your level. So like if you level up to level fucking 50 and you come back to an area and you run into some little goblins or some shit that's level 1, they're still gonna be level 1. And if they try to do some weird shit like you like knock their ass the fuck around, you might catch a bug somewhere. Because you might hit their ass and they might just bounce off a wall and just go into the sky. That's a bug. Technically, you might do some crazy shit to them, light their ass on fire or something, and they might just stand there. Because if you kill a low level thing like too fast, the code doesn't catch up, and they might just stand there. The character model might just stop, and like they're dead, but they don't move. That's a bug. Like you might find some janky shit like that. Because you might kill a character way faster than the game code would allow them to die when you max level their ass. That's why a lot of games nowadays, when you level up, the enemies are the same level as you all the time. And it gets fucking boring in games. I swear, you go through a game, and you don't feel stronger than the enemies. I mean, Dragon Age the Veilguard gets like that too. Where like you get so strong, you start doing more damage. When you start getting like your game balance and stuff, it becomes more fun. But like, you'll be fighting something. Them bitches are the same level as you. And I'm like, why are you strong, bro? You're not even grinding like I'm grinding. You shouldn't be leveling up. That's why I kind of enjoy the fact that the enemies don't scale with you in Avowed. I'm about to play the game to really see how it is. The 13th is coming up. I'm excited. But, like, the fact that they don't scale. You said that's why dynamic difficulty is important. But no, because difficulty should be like a set thing. Difficulty shouldn't be dynamic. Because all of FromSoft's games don't have dynamic difficulty. There's just one difficulty. You play through the game. And as you get better and stronger in the game, you feel better and stronger in the game. Then it's just situational on how you get yourself murdered. But the difficulty shouldn't be the thing that's dynamic. The world should be dynamic. And if the world is static, why the fuck are you having enemies level up? So like when you play Cyberpunk and you're in Night City and V is getting all these upgrades, making all this potential level ups, and then you come back and you just fight a random ass nigga on the street and they're the same level as you, that's where I'm like, why the fuck are you so tanky? I say that in some of my videos where I be fighting some niggas in the game. Why are you so tanky, bro? You shouldn't be that strong. There should be strong niggas. There should be some strong niggas around. But you specifically shouldn't be that fucking strong. You shouldn't be the same level as me, the main character. Get that shit the fuck out of here. And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad Avowed doesn't have that. If it's going to cause some bugs when you fucking hit a nigga with a shield and he gets stuck in the wall, maybe. Those are possibilities that can happen. But that's what the creative director was saying. Like, hey, when you're being creative and having fun with that shit, sometimes shit get kind of buggy. And I'm like, okay. But if the bugs are bad, I'm definitely telling everybody, them bitches are bad, bro. Don't do that shit. But I mean, I played through all of Cyberpunk 2077 and didn't experience any bugs. You said, so do I believe bosses should be dynamic? No. I mean, bosses, like, if they have the code, because when you play through games like Elden Ring and you go fight a boss, everybody that fight that boss kind of get a different version of that boss. Because that's dynamic. That's what you mean by dynamic. Sometimes the boss would do a move in its arsenal and you never seen that move before. And you're like, wait, the boss can do that? You never saw that move and you beat that boss. But somebody might fight that boss and that nigga might hit their ass with a triple corkscrew power bomb. And you like, I ain't never seen that nigga do no shit like that. That's dynamic. But like when you make a game, consistency always has to be there. So every player can kind of get the experience that you want them to have. Having bosses be dynamic would change that. Because then everybody would be experiencing a different game. But in FromSoft games with no difficulty, that makes sense why the bosses are dynamic. Why their movesets are so varied. Because you don't want everybody to experience the same thing. Because everybody goes into that game experiencing that motherfucker different. Everything is going to be different for every player. The world is going to be set even completely different from everybody else. Because there's some world events that don't happen in your Souls game versus their Souls game. Because you just don't have the right timing. You might not be there when these course things happen. But I mean, they have their set things that happen. But then you play through games like Dragon Age, where everything's the same for everybody. It's a static game. You just go through that motherfucker. It's just the way you go through the game is what's going to be different for you. It's like story-based changes. It's not world-based changes. And those were, I think, I mean, if Avowed doesn't want the enemies to just be strong for no fucking reason, I understand that. I understand it. There should be strong enemies. There should be hella fucking weak ones. So you can feel like a player getting stronger. You should be getting stronger than the enemies around you. That should be the point of the game. That's why leveling up is the thing. So you have growth in your game, but everybody is growing too. Throw that shit in the trash. Throw that shit right in the trash. Because they shouldn't be growing. Or you're going to make motherfuckers feel like putting that motherfucker on easy mode and just walking through the game anyway. Because then enemies aren't going to be strong to begin with. Because that's why difficulty is set the way it is. And that's why motherfuckers don't play games on like max difficulties no more. You don't see people going to like the highest ranked difficulty in most games nowadays and be like, yeah, I'm about to play through it on this. Because sometimes it's just annoying. It's not fun. All they do is make the enemy stronger and you weaker. And it's like, yep, that's difficulty. And it's not. That's usually not how difficulty should work. or they just limit the resources you have or some shit to make you like scrounge around more. There's a whole lot of things that could that can change the dynamic of a game. But I think like Stalker 2 is a dynamic ass game because I don't think that game has difficulty. That game is just purely dynamic world events. Shit just happened. There's like set things. So like you can walk through a place and everybody that walked through that place is going to experience an event. But most of that open world is dynamic as hell. You might fight a motherfucking ghost nigga like I did, get fucked up. Some people don't even see the ghost nigga. He might not even spawn for them. And it's one of those like that's one of those game experiences that you go into that bitch and you can watch somebody else play that game and see how they play through the game and how they experience it, and you can still play through it yourself, and shit is going to be different. And that's what I like about games like that. Like those dynamic games like that are good, are fun. All story-based games, RPG story-based games, those are, you know, situational story-based changes are dynamic. You said the OG Resident Evil 4 had dynamic difficulty? How did they do that in Resident Evil? I thought you pick a difficulty in Resident Evil. Yeah, I didn't know it had dynamic difficulty either. What, Capcom didn't tell you about that Resident Evil 4? Shocking truth about, I mean, I understand Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead dynamic difficulty makes sense. Because it was one of those games that's supposed to be random. It's like like it's supposed to be RNG based, but how do you RNG a game that's supposed to be competitive yet, you know, cooperative? So Left 4 Dead having that makes sense. Mario Kart, that makes sense because it's supposed to be RNG based. But how do you RNG base things that can be what do you call it? Kind of manipulated by the player. So you have to add an element of adjustment to those things. So then the player would know, like, okay, this shouldn't be RNG based, but then you RNG that shit because they not prepared for you to RNG some shit like the motherfucking horde spawning in. Yeah, but like that thing, like those things kind of make sense in those type of games. But Resident Evil 4, I wouldn't expect to be RNG based. I wouldn't expect them to just dynamically scale everybody better because you're performing well. Because that's not one of those games that should be benefiting from you being bad. Because in Resident Evil, not Resident Evil, but in like in Left 4 Dead, when you're getting through the map so fast that they have to drop a tank on you, that shit makes sense. Or they put a witch right in the doorway that you have to get through because they need you to at least use some resources because you've been clapping shit the whole time. Those RNG things are understandable. Like the game is adapting to your playstyle because your playstyle is overperforming the difficulty. But those games are supposed to be made like that. But Resident Evil 4, what? Why would they just randomly start upping the difficulty on you when you're doing good? I don't understand why they would do that. But it's crazy that you say that. Like they had that in there the whole time. Didn't tell a single soul. So motherfuckers wondering like, damn, this game getting hard out of nowhere. You just start getting clapped for no reason. They said that shit is in Crash Bandicoot as well. That is kind of wild. I didn't know that. Damn, motherfuckers was dynamically scaling difficulty the whole time. See, I don't think they should have did that. Damn, I did not know that. There's so many people like, yeah, the fucking difficulty scaling is crazy. Oh, it's professional difficulty. But is that the OG difficulty scaling? Is that what professional means? Did they put that shit back in the remake? You said, but the remake is significantly more difficult. So they just raised that shit up more. Why did you see Outage just get cooked? Wait, they saying it's in all Resident Evil games. What? This isn't all the Resident Evil games. That can explain a lot, bro. Because I was playing Resident Evil 5. Me and my cousin were playing Resident Evil 5, and there's some points in the game where like you split up. So like I'm Chris and I gotta do some shit, and then they're Chevron on the other side and they have to do some shit, and then it was getting clapped up. Then he was getting clapped up. I don't know why he was getting clapped up, but I had that motherfucking shotgun. I was doing work. So that nigga, all of a sudden, he didn't have no enemies on his side. And I was fighting like 5 niggas. I'm like, what the fuck is this? But I got this shotgun, bro. I got ammo. I'm doing work. And that nigga had an easy run to press the fucking button. And I'm blasting niggas left and right so I could go press that same button. You still say the OG is king? I mean, yeah, because if you was there and you experienced it for the first time, it will always be better. Like in your eyes, it'll always be better than a remake. That's how I feel about Mass Effect, bro. I mean, they haven't remade Mass Effect yet, but like the remaster version of Mass Effect versus OG Mass Effect is still better. OG one still better in every way. They fucked Mass Effect up actually. Like if you play Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I don't know who at BioWare thought it was a good idea to fuck up how the guns drop, but they changed some of the guns the way they fire. So they got like single shot fire. They got fucking semi-automatic rifles now. What the fuck were y'all thinking? Make that motherfucker fully automatic. Give me my motherfucking heat sinks and let me delete the fuck out of this nigga Saren. But for some reason, they thought it was a great idea to make some of the best weapons in the game semi-automatic for no fucking reason. That shit annoyed the fuck out of me, BioWare. That shit, and they took the heat sinks away, so niggas wasn't stacking heat sinks no more, bro. And I'm like, yeah, they fucked this game up. They really made that game unfun. They didn't want motherfuckers to be OP no more. Game developers that think they know best. Like you create games, I understand your creativity, your passion goes into this shit, but you shouldn't be dictating how niggas experience the game, bro. Except for how the game is to be played, understandable. But if you put elements in the game and I learn how to use them bitches to my advantage, you shouldn't be trying to remove that shit. You should be congratulating the fucking gamer on being a gamer. But for some reason, they don't do that. They remove shit. They change shit. They're like, niggas used to have too much fun with this. Take that mechanic out. Get the fuck out of here. Who are you? Now I'm not playing this shit. I'm not buying this shit. Now you're gonna be broke. And now who's winning? Now who's winning? The gamer. The gamer's winning because you're broke now. That's kind of how these things go. But yeah, them not having level scaling is gonna be fire, bro. That shit is gonna be fire. Why are they still talking about Xbox console sales? This shit just launched. How long have I been streaming? I swear this shit just launched in like 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Talking about fucking console numbers for Xbox. We don't care about the console numbers. Microsoft themselves don't care about the console numbers. Why do they keep bringing that shit up? That's the every time they make a video. It's about, Xbox numbers aren't. We don't care, bro. Is Doom still coming out? Is Avowed still coming out? Is Outer Worlds still coming out? Are those games still dropping? That's all I care about. That's all. I don't give a fuck about how many consoles they sold when. You said you think Xbox consoles are not going to be a thing no more? They're still going to make consoles. They've already learned how to succeed and not sell consoles, so they can still make consoles because it's not gonna break the bottom line. If they are already making all this money on the software side and they already take a loss on hardware, that means they can calculate the loss they want to take on hardware and then make that shit up in software side. That's why they're developing the Xbox OS to have third-party people make Xbox hardware. Because sometimes if they don't want to make that bottom line, if they don't want to take the bottom line and shift it to take a loss on hardware, they can have some other company make it. They can have Asus make an Xbox console. They can have freaking, what is it called? Lenovo make an Xbox console. Dell. Whoever the fuck wants to make an Xbox console, they probably do that. You said that's why Xbox games are coming to PlayStation also? Yeah, they've been coming to PlayStation for years, bro. How long has Minecraft been on PlayStation? People were talking like Xbox are just now putting games on PlayStation. Minecraft has been there for how long? That's not a new thing. Xbox has been putting games on PlayStation. And they've made billions and billions of dollars on PlayStation. That makes money. If they make money, it makes sense. If it makes money, it makes sense. But people don't understand that when it comes to Xbox and their console. Like they kind of just forget. They kind of just forget when it comes to Xbox and their console. PlayStation is not making money. They've been saying that for so long. Their $300 million games are not profitable for them. They're trying to make more money in more places. They need live service games to do that. But for some reason, Xbox putting more games on PlayStation to take more money from that platform, people think that's just like the end of Xbox. No. That's the opposite. That's the betterment of Xbox. You said there's yeah, and he said some of these games are still going to be exclusive to Xbox. He said that in an interview with Destinaz. He said not all the games are going to PlayStation. They're still going to be Xbox exclusive games, but they're making more third party games because it makes them more money. I mean, they could be third party, but first party on Xbox, they're always going to be first party on Xbox. They're going to be third party on PlayStation because PlayStation is the first party platform. They're third party already with PC. But they're actually first party on PC because Microsoft owns PC. Like, they're third party on Steam. They're first party on Windows. They're first party on Battle.net. So, like, Xbox is first party in a lot of places and third party in a couple. They're trying to be third party on Android and iPhone. They're trying to be third party on motherfucking Mac. They're trying to be third party as many places as they can make money. But they're still gonna be first party in a number of places. Yeah, Sega's full third party because they don't have a first party platform no more. But as long as Microsoft has Game Pass, even if they don't make console, Game Pass is on TVs. You can stream games on TVs, no console required. You can play Game Pass through the cloud. As long as Game Pass exists and Microsoft still makes games for Game Pass, they will always be a first party publisher. They will always have a first party platform. And then they will have third party deals with PlayStation, with Nintendo, with Steam. But people forget that. People don't understand how business work. And they talk like they do. And it's like, God damn, bro. All the misinformation on this platform is crazy. But that's why they need me. They need me with Gaming News Weekly to just let motherfuckers know. Like, that's not how this system works. Microsoft has taken losses on consoles for 2 generations now. They're not just going to throw away the console because they see how well the console has been doing for them. Now, if PC Game Pass overtook Xbox Game Pass, they would not make a console anymore. And that right there is a fact that nobody brings up. If PC Game Pass would have at least caught up to Xbox Game Pass or even surpassed Xbox Game Pass, they would have dropped the console. But that didn't happen. Their console subscriber growth is growing, but the PC one is stagnant. It's not growing that fast. And when it does grow is when a big game comes out. Like Starfield, like Indiana Jones, like Doom. It's going to grow when those games come out. But the console one is always growing. When somebody buys a Series S, they're subscribing to Game Pass. That's exactly what they're doing. They're subscribing to Game Pass. When they buy a Series X, they might play their own games for a minute. They might see some games drop at Game Pass. They might subscribe. They go in there. They play some games. They're like, oh, this shit might just be fire. Sometimes they stay subscribed. That's what Microsoft is doing. Around the clock. 360. They're watching that shit. So unless PC Game Pass or Game Pass gets accepted on PlayStation and Nintendo, they're not going to drop the console until they can make that same amount of console money on another platform. But that's not going to be looking like it's possible anytime soon. So they're going to continue to make a console because those console fans are going to still be on console making that console money. Then everybody else on the other platforms, that software sale is going to make them so much money that they don't have to worry about it, bro. Because what did Phil say? That the consoles have been too alike for so long. So he want the next Xbox to be a feat of innovation and not just a feat of the games on the platform. He wants the console to be innovated on, to be the difference between what console you buy. And that's exactly why I bought an Xbox to begin with. Because what the Xbox Series X can do, the PlayStation 5 cannot. It doesn't play the same games. You might say like, oh yes it does, but where's OG Mass Effect? Where's Jade Empire? Where's KOTOR? Them bitches don't exist on PlayStation. They do on Xbox, and they have enhancements with backwards compatibility program, with FPS boost, with auto HDR. PlayStation console can't do that, bro. I bought an Xbox for that shit. I bought an Xbox because of Quick Resume. Nigga, I jumped from game to game to game to game as fast as the Xbox can possibly load them bitches, and that shit's pretty fucking fast. And I do that shit all the time. I don't even think about it no more. That shit is second nature to me. I literally go to a game, jump into another game, jump back into a game. I make some videos on the game so I can upload and then go back to playing a different game that I was playing right after that. Seamless. Without a thought in my mind. It happened so fast. I just be playing. I was playing Monster Hunter. I jumped out of Monster Hunter, jumped right into SMT. SMT was exactly where I left off. I didn't even have to boot that bitch up again. I ain't played SMT in a while. Boot right back into fucking Diablo. It was on the goddamn title screen because it's a live service game. I hate that it's a live service game. I wish it was like a game offline. I could just go play that bitch whenever I want. But Diablo 3 still does that. So it's fine. I could jump into Diablo 3 at any time. Mass Effect, Jump right into that bitch anytime I fucking want. Went back to Veilguard. Still playing that motherfucking game. So the innovation of Xbox is definitely going to keep me buying an Xbox. Because I have a PC, a really fucking good one. But it's the convenience of a console is unmatched. And unless Xbox OS can run on PC, when they finally get that, I might go to PC full time. But the Xbox OS has to be phenomenal. That shit has to be fire. If it's not, now I'm going to have a console and a PC. And that's going to keep me going and gaming. That's going to always keep me going and gaming. Because I'm going to just have a console for sure. And when Xbox stop making a console, if PlayStation don't make a good one, I'm going to just have a Nintendo console and a PC. That's how I'm going to be. Because the PlayStation 5 isn't a good console, bro. And the games don't interest me enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm going to buy a whole console to just play God of War. No. I'm not buying a whole console to just play one Spider-Man game this generation. No. Hell no. What the fuck do I look like? Am I like a goddamn idiot to you? No. But yeah, they really like talking about fucking console sales, bro. Helldivers 2 is 1 year old? Damn, Helldivers 2 is 1 year old? That's crazy. I didn't realize that. Helldivers 2 is 1 year old. It's been 1 year since that game came out. But the anniversary everybody gonna remember is that May anniversary when Sony fucked everything up. They got open top 25 open world games and they got fucking Dragon Age Inquisition on that bitch. What? Dragon Age Inquisition was a horrible open world game. I hated that open world more than anything. I wish that motherfucker was just like its predecessors. Is Starfield worth playing in 2025? It definitely is. What are y'all talking about? Wait, what time is it? I need the end gaming news weekly, bro. What time is it? It's getting kind of late. I got some games to play. I kind of want to play Sekiro on live stream again. So be looking out for that. I might just live stream Sekiro. But until then, Travis Kelce predictions. Travis is retiring, bro. It's good that he's retiring. Because that nigga Travis Kelce just looking like an ancient ass human on that field. They got lore videos. Oh shit, I need to go watch those. But yeah, I'm about to end Gaming News Weekly right here. So make sure that like button, subscribe. It's been Gaming News Weekly. I've been having a good old time. Thanks everybody for coming through. Hit that like button if you haven't already. And hey, I'll see y'all in the next one. If y'all watch the Super Bowl, hey, have a good time. I might tune in once just to see what the score is like. I might watch a play-by-play or some shit. Like have a little ticker going on and show like what the situation is going on in the game. But I'm not about to watch that. Nigga, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan, bro. And if Green Bay aren't in the Super Bowl, I'm not watching that shit. But yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one.